Authority.
Another breezy day of weather as we could occasionally gust 20 to 30 with some passing rain at times. Temperatures for today in the mid to upper 80s. Mixture of clouds and sunshine as we do it all over again for your Tuesday and your Wednesday. Scattered showers are possible, more breezy weather. Temperatures topping out into the 80s before eventually the wind tries to lessen a bit for the weekend. Still a few showers are possible with a temperature in the upper 80s. With Wink News, I'm meteorologist Matt Devitt, Weather Authority.
Wink News at the top and bottom of the hour.
Blah, 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 blah.
Gear up for the liberal loudmouths at work. Drew Steele, mornings on 92.5 Fox News.
Get the best sleep of your life. Helix makes personalized mattresses to fit your unique body type and sleep preferences. Go to helixsleep.com and get up to $200 off mattress orders.
If you struggle using CPAP, it can leave you feeling tired. Forgetful.
Who put this banana in the toaster?
You did?
Cool, okay, just checking.
And even impact your health. Fortunately, now there's Inspire, a sleep apnea treatment that works inside your body with just the click of a remote. That's right, a button. No mask, no hose. Just sleep. Inspire, sleep apnea innovation. Inspire is not for everyone. Talk to your doctor to see if it's right for you and review important safety information at inspiresleep.com.
For perfect air and better health, call AC by Florida Comfort Systems. Offering up to $13.50 in rebates plus payments as low as $132 a month on a new Lennox system. Call AC by Florida Comfort Systems at 239-774-5501 today. Conditions apply. See dealer for details. License number CAC 057065.
Hi, this is Dr. Ben Carson for My Faith Votes. What better way to influence our culture than by voting for leaders who will support biblical principles and protect our religious freedom? Fellow believers, in November, do not abandon your civic duty as a Christian to cast your vote. When making your decision on whom to vote for, I urge you to look carefully at the platforms of each candidate and put them up against the Bible. For more information on candidates and their positions, visit myfaithvotes.org today.
Paid for by My Faith Votes.
Looking for a frameless shower door? My Shower Door has just opened their 8th Florida showroom, and it's conveniently located in Cape Coral. With more than 75,000 frameless shower doors installed, no one has more experience and 5-star reviews than My Shower Door. We've been named #1 by readers of the News Press and Naples News for 17 consecutive years and have just been named as Lee County's Manufacturer of the Year. Want to see more? Go to myShowerDoor.com.
Pandemic, market drops, elections. Don't let the noise and fear distract you. Where do you go for clarity in uncertain times? I'm Alfie Townsend, Southwest Florida's financial planner. For experience, advice on planning for retirement, visit SavingTheInvestor.com.
At Fisher Investments, we do things differently, and other money managers don't understand why.
Because our way works great for us.
But it may not work for your clients. That's why Fisher Investments is a fiduciary, obligated to put clients first. It's the highest standard for a financial advisor.
So, what do you provide? Cookie-cutter portfolios like the rest of us?
No cookie-cutter portfolios here. Fisher Investments tailors portfolios to meet each client's goals and needs.
But you do sell investments that earn you high commissions, right? And make commissions when you make trades for your clients?
No, Fisher Investments doesn't sell any commission investment products, and we never earn commissions on trades.
So what's in it for you?
Fisher Investments fees are structured so we do better when our clients do better. When it comes to helping clients achieve a comfortable retirement, we're clearly different. Visit FisherInvestments.com to find out why investors like you switch to us. Fisher Investments, clearly different money management.
Investments in securities involve the risk of loss.
From 92.5 Fox News.
It's the stuff Southwest Florida is talking about.
It's Daybreak. Now, here's the guy at the epicenter of what's important to those of us who live in Southwest Florida. Drew Steele.
Oh, good morning, Southwest Florida. Hey, how are you? 239-479-5592 is the talk and text line, streaming live on YouTube anytime you want to watch at Drew Steele Radio, Steele with 3 E's. We always appreciate you subscribing to the channel. Channel is growing, and that is a good thing because it means that we get a chance to reach more people. We get a chance to have great guests on to share with the audience. For example, we are scheduled at 8 a.m. this morning to have the former mayor of the great city of New York, Rudy Giuliani, will join us at 8 o'clock. Oh, boy. What a day. What a day to have Rudy Giuliani on. I mean, with everything that is going on with the Hunter Biden case and Rudy Giuliani being in the thick of it, and the idea of the hard drives and the FBI and how long they've had them, and what else do we know about Hunter Biden or don't know about Hunter Biden, and some of the things that were said over the weekend that maybe start to put some of the dots together to see why it is that there are so many people who are trying to dismiss all of this because Hunter Biden may have been. Well, let's just say there are rumors and talk about some things on his hard drive that would be highly illegal, unbelievably disgusting and horrific, and if true, really will be earth-shaking, and if not true, will be at the least libelous to certain individuals who have brought it up. And if you really, really, really wanted to put some people to rest politically, if you wanted to put some ideas to rest, if you wanted to really strengthen a narrative that this is a smear campaign, it's politically motivated, there's absolutely nothing to see here, there is an opportunity to show the country that there are some people on the right that are doing something very, very wrong, but yet 24 hours have gone by, 48 hours have gone by, and it has been silence, which leads you to believe that some of the horrific accusations against Hunter Biden over the weekend may have merit. I don't know. But we'll talk about that coming up, and Rudy Giuliani will join us this morning. Boy, just some crazy times. How did you enjoy having the President of the United States in Fort Myers on Friday? How awesome was that? It was a great crowd. It was great to see the crowd downtown Fort Myers, and so many motivated people excited about being there for all different kinds of reasons. And it was, of course, there were going to be great crowds. Jake, we were talking about it off the air on Friday about being there, and then we were talking about it off the air even this morning and how cool it was. And it was great to see everybody out there on Friday. And Jake was all over the place. It was really cool because Jake was busy. Jake was along talking to people. We were just watching as the president rolled in, and Jake. By the way, did anybody even say anything to you, Jake the Millennial? Did they know? Did they recognize? And there's no way nobody recognizes you. Nope. That's because you got that hat on all the time, and you're constantly having all of these. You're wearing a hoodie. You've got your face covering in the building here. Nobody can tell it's you. We got to work on that.
I'm a secret agent.
No, no, you're not a secret agent. Will you stop pretending? Here's what we need to do. We need to have Jake the Millennial t-shirts so more people can see your face, so that when we're out, people can recognize you. How about that? We'll have it. We'll have it done in the old school Barack Obama style. You know that the ones where they what do they do? I don't. That artist. Remember when Barack Obama in 2008 and it said hope on the bottom and it had his face? You have no idea what I'm talking about. We'll have it done in some cool effect where it makes you look cool. Forget it. Just forget it. Anyway, it was great to see. And were you there? Were you there downtown Fort Myers? And what was your takeaway? How exciting was it to have the President of the United States there at the Luminary downtown Fort Myers? It was pretty awesome. Obviously, we had a chance to talk to some of the supporters, just some of the people on the streets. And
my support for Trump. I know I couldn't get into the rally, or into the convention, but just wanted to let him know that he's got a lot of supporters. And like me, I don't talk about it too much. I came here by myself, but I just want to let him know that there's people out here for him. I was going to stop right there. Remember that? But you remember that that was interesting because how he said he doesn't say a lot about it. Like he doesn't. Wasn't that interesting to you?
Well, he had a face mask on, a hat, sunglasses.
Yeah, like
you could barely make out who he was.
Right, but that I thought that was interesting because when he said that, my first reaction was, here's somebody who is a supporter of the president who doesn't necessarily want to let people know, but he still wants to show support, which is a good thing and a bad thing, right? It's a good thing that there are people that will be downtown Fort Myers on Friday to show support for the president and to be there. But it's a bad thing to think that he didn't want or doesn't typically do this, and he doesn't typically go out and show his support the way he did on Friday. Right? Wasn't that? It was weird.
It's very common for people my age, though.
Yeah.
And he was literally, I think, a couple months younger than me.
A couple of months. Did you have a conversation afterwards about
a very long conversation.
Okay, yeah. All right. So you had that individual and somebody else who was there, clearly just so happy and supportive of the president to be downtown in Fort Myers.
At least I got a glimpse of his car so far. But just to support America and show the love that we do have. We brought our...
Yeah, so just showing support and the love, and it was exciting. It was exciting to see the supporters and know there were so many people that were there. And, of course, some of the things that the president was talking about making headlines. Now, I've had the opportunity to see the president speak on numerous occasions, and I can tell you it was vintage Donald Trump being in there. And if you had a chance to watch, maybe you're watching on some of the networks or C-SPAN or wherever you were watching the president, if you couldn't go, that's vintage Donald Trump. You've got the teleprompter, you have the script, and then off script. And then just having a conversation, laughing, joking, having some fun. Some of the things that maybe were a little biting and maybe some headline makers, like when the discussion came up about Hunter Biden and being a middleman in the Biden crime family. Do you remember this?
Does anybody know a middleman? Would like to meet. Yeah, it's Biden's son. It's Hunter. Oh, it's Hunter. I'll bet you Hunter is a middleman. He's collecting. He's like a vacuum cleaner. He follows his father around collecting. What a disgrace. It's a crime family. You want to know something? It's a crime family. He's following his father. Hunter Biden is a middleman. Oh, that's wild. No, these people are amazing.
That was and that made national headlines, calling the Biden family the Biden crime family. And maybe we'll talk to Rudy Giuliani about that this morning, because if somebody knows about crime families, Rudy Giuliani does, and I can say this. If you are peddling access, like Hunter Biden was doing, and the accusation that in these emails that so far nobody has said are not true, and even we come to find out that Hunter Biden's lawyer was asking for access to the hard drives, would lead you to believe that there's truth there. Because if all of this was truly a smear and it was lies and there were no truths in the emails themselves of Hunter Biden, then why would lawyers look for access to them to get the hard drive back or the computer back? Why would the campaign not specifically talk about how this never took place, how the campaign had to look at the schedule, or had to say that there was nothing scheduled with Ukraine officials, as opposed to a meeting never happened, and it's a flat-out lie. The meeting that was with Ukrainian officials that were in the email talking about thank you for the access to your dad, vice president there. We're bringing up the Biden crime family, and then the money going to Hunter Biden from Ukraine, from Russia. Remember Moscow, the widow of the mayor of Moscow who gave Hunter Biden millions of dollars. Beijing involved. So you have Ukraine, right, Kiev, Moscow, Beijing, all involved with Hunter Biden. And then the dad skimming off the top? Is that true? And it gets worse. from there. But a little bit more of the president talking in Fort Myers on Friday.
These middlemen, you're right. Hunter made no money until his father became vice president, and now he's like a vacuum cleaner. His father goes to Germany, Hunter's right there. Hey, give me a couple of million. Not a couple of million, a hell of a lot more than a couple of million. That's a shame. I'll tell you what, it's an organized crime family as far as I'm concerned.
And some of the statements that were made over the weekend, and we'll talk about that coming up, are either true, and we're going to find out more this week or next week, or the accusations against Hunter Biden are so libelous that there will be prosecution, or there will be prosecutions. There will be people lawyering up and need to because of the accusations being made. And so far, we've heard none of that. And I'll get to that coming up. There it is. All right. So somebody, do you see what I'm talking about, Jake? Somebody texted it over, 239-479-5592. That's what I'm talking about. See that? Where it says hope, and there's Barack Obama. Thank you for the text. That. So we can have, it'll say, instead of saying hope, it'll say Jake. And it'll just have your face.
It'll say millennial.
No, it's too long. That's too much. Jake, it's 4 letters. It's Jake. Like hope, Jake.
Do I have to look up like that?
Yes, you have to look into there's that thing about looking into the distance, having that old school.
Little stargaze?
Yeah. Is that what they call it? That's what the Utes call it? I don't know. But we're going to do that. So Jake will have his own shirt, so you know. But I will say this before we go to break. I don't know if I should take a break or do this now. I'll do it now. So now I'm going to take a break. I cannot tell you how many people lately, starting tomorrow, less than 2 weeks away from the election, early voting starting today, around Southwest Florida. You ready to vote? I know a lot of people are. Don't forget to change the call screener. That some of the most ridiculous things are beginning to come out from not only people that I know personally, many on the left, people who just despise Donald Trump, cannot stand him, and will believe anything that's said about him just because of where it came from, not to check into exactly what happened. And I got to play this audio coming up. Did you know that the President of the United States, on the same day that he was here in Fort Myers, he leaves Fort Myers, he goes to Ocala. Did you know that in Ocala, that the president threatened to fire the Florida governor if he loses the state in November? Did you know that? The president is going to fire Ron DeSantis if he doesn't win the state. Now, you may be looking at me and thinking, well, what are you talking about? Well, it's how the media puts it out there. Reporters from major news organizations put it out there. That is the headline. And how the dolts on Facebook and social media follow along with it, jump on it, and believe it, not even knowing the context. Well, guess what? Because you listen to and watch this program, you will get all of this in context. I will explain the article, I will play the context, and you will see how people will believe whatever the media says, even if the media is telling a flat-out lie, that they would trust the media more than their own ears and their own eyes. Because they desperately want this president out of office. And to that end, I will make this suggestion to you today as you get ready to vote here in Southwest Florida, early voting starting. I will say this. Please, please, please do your homework. Because the same people who are willing to listen to a news organization tell you that the president of the United States is threatening to fire the Florida governor if he loses the state in November. I don't know how that works. That they will not only believe that, not only disseminate that, not only put that out on their social media and tell everybody it is truth because this man is so evil, but they will also run for office here in Southwest Florida and across the state with that same kind of feeling about the president and the governor. They hate them both. Don't you think that if people are willing to take articles like this and run with it because they hate the president so much and they hate the governor so much, don't you think that they would craft legislation or that they would not want to abide by some of the policies that are put forward by those same individuals, even in the state, if it was the governor? Don't you think that they would fight against it, even if it was for the betterment of your kids or your community? Because they despise them so much. Make no mistake about it. The people who hate the president and hate the governor would also be willing to do things that would be detrimental to you if they held political office, just because they would not want to see either one of them get a victory. And that victory could be something good for you and your community. Megan's in Fort Myers. Megan, were you at the event on Friday?
Yes, sir. I was there at 7 o'clock in the morning. Me and my husband, we had our signs in tow with all the other people, and I want to give them credit too. The other people that was there that morning, because we were all really loud, and I know he heard us like he said he did. So thanks to all those people that showed up. Anyway, so we got down there. We were out there. Well, there was a certain lady that she had her list of the VIP people. And like I said, we were in line, and we got shooed off like 3 or 4 times back across the road after they moved the crowd. But we begged and screamed, and she was like, come on in. And only about a few people after us got in, but we got to go in, and I was kind of towards the back. But at the very end of that, we all got to run up front. So I was like, I got to be really close. I got all kinds of pictures, video, and at the end, he started dancing before he went out, so I got really good video of him, and he does have a great smile, just like that one lady said the other night on TV. He seems like a very good person. You can feel the great energy coming off of him. I don't know. I think everything they definitely say about him is a lie. And all the people in the crowd that was around us, they were from this one lady was from Costa Rica. They all try to sit there and tell the news people that, about the race stuff and all that. And I think they didn't show any of that on TV. But those ladies were trying to be honest about all that. And they try to tell everybody, this is the greatest country. So I don't know.
Well, it was exciting, clearly. And these are the moments where, and I can tell you that, believe it, Megan, and for those, and thanks for the call, I appreciate it. And for those that showed up as well, I'm telling you that the president notices that when he is driving through Fort Myers, when he's driving even in Nevada, LA, when you see, if you're driving in Nevada, motorcades, people along the street, same thing in Fort Myers. He feeds off that energy and feeds off the support. There's no doubt. And it will pay dividends for sure. All right, quickly, one more call. Do we have time? Or should we take a break? No, we don't have time. We got to take a break. All right, 239-479-5592 is the text line. If you want to call as well, we'll get to your calls and more coming up on Daybreak 92.5. Fox News, right all along.
This is 92.5 Fox News.
This Fox News Business Report is presented by Big Island Builders, whose reputation for quality homes at a fair price is unsurpassed in Naples.
I'm Maria Bartiromo, and this is the Fox Business Report.
Despite rising unemployment and skipped debt payments, Americans' credit scores have been rising. The Wall Street Journal says government and lender assistance is the reason, but there's concern consumers' credit quality could begin to sink if Congress doesn't reach a deal on additional aid for the unemployed. On Sunday, House Speaker Nancy Pelosi set a Tuesday deadline for the White House to reach an agreement before the upcoming presidential election. Turbulence, financial style for the airlines. The Wall Street Journal reports U.S. airlines expect it will be years before their business recovers from the coronavirus pandemic, despite government aid and mortgaging assets. And while they've said they probably have enough cash to withstand a prolonged downturn, they acknowledge that passenger demand will be depressed for years. Asian markets ended higher, U.S. stock futures higher in overnight trading. And that's your Fox Business Report. I'm Sal Giangrasso, invested in you.
Customers, students, and staff expect a new level of clean. Cintas has the essential products and services to help you carry out cleaning protocols effectively. Cintas performs surface sanitizer and disinfectant spray services to common touchpoints, installs and refills touchless hand sanitizer dispensers, and provides commercial laundry services to help minimize employee exposure. Give everyone the confidence they need to keep coming back. Visit Cintas.com and get ready for the workday.
The antidote to the anti-conservatives. 92.5 Fox News. Right, all along.
You may not know it, but male performance during intimate moments requires proper blood flow, which only gets worse with age. The result? All men experience some level of performance issues over time, from decreased firmness all the way to chronic ED. At Metro Men's Health, our goal is to provide you with the most effective treatment for performance issues. Years ago, we used to use the same technology as other clinics, but didn't settle for one-size-fits-all treatments or outdated wave technology. Should you? We've developed new patent-pending technology called Linear Piezo Energy Protocol, allowing us to create treatment plans specifically to you. We've helped thousands of men achieve consistent, longer-lasting results, and those results can be yours, too. Your condition will only get worse with time. Don't wait. Call Metro Men's Health to schedule your evaluation at 239-599-9900, 239-599-9900, or visit us at metromenshealth.com.
Customers have said they thought our trade-in offer here at Naples Nissan was too good to be true. So, before they drove their new Nissan home, we asked a few of them to share their story. Here's Tracy from Cape Coral.
My 2012 Camry had about 78,000 miles on it. I heard Naples Nissan was offering MSRP for your trade-in, but I was a little skeptical. After I called them and checked out their website, everything seemed legit, so I decided to go for it. The original MSRP for my car was just over $19,000, and I thought, no way, that's how much I'm actually getting. So happy I was wrong, and now I get to drive home in my brand new Altima. It's the real deal, people. Totally worth the drive.
If your trade-in is less than 8 years old with less than 80,000 miles on it, come get the full base MSRP for it and drive home in a brand new Nissan today. Only at Naples Nissan. Full details at naplesnissan.com. Offer on select models with approved credit and cannot be combined.
This is a scam by the Democrats.
Let's try this again. It's Trump versus Biden.
You have a problem figuring out whether you're for me or Trump, and you ain't black.
Hey, it's Drew Steele. Follow this and all of the presidential debates brought to you by the Floormeisters in Naples, where smart shoppers cast their vote for quality flooring every day.
Make America great again.
Trump versus Biden. Face-to-face, yet socially distanced. Thursday, October 22nd. Only on 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
Lovin' Mel's Spectacular Shrimp Fest?
We're bringing back good times and great food.
Now Mel's Diner gives you more to love because the Shrimp Fest continues with everything from shrimp tacos and sandwiches to fabulous Shrimp Fest dinners. How about a shrimp and bacon grilled cheese sandwich with fries and coleslaw? $10.99. Shrimp fajitas, teriyaki shrimp and steak, Cajun shrimp, blackened shrimp, and more starting at $10.99. If you want to take a break from shrimp, Mel's famous Braveheart Black Angus Cheeseburger Platter, $7.99. Barbecue ribs, $12.99. The best prime rib, $13.99, including all the fixins. You always get the real deal at Mel's Diner. Open 8 a.m. to 9 p.m. every day with takeout, delivery, and thoughtful indoor dining. The Spectacular Shrimp Fest is happening now at family-owned, locally famous, and Florida's favorite for decades. It's Mel's Diner.
At 1 Hour Air Conditioning and Heating, our comfort specialists can handle any AC repair. Just call 855-1-HOUR or visit onehourair.com.
Always on time or you don't pay time.
Independently owned and operated, licensed in their respective state or county.
Pool need a checkup? Call the doctor, the pool doctor.
Hi, Dr. Mark here. Is your pool a pain to operate? Automation is the answer. Use your phone to turn on your spa and it'll be warm when you get home. Free on-site evaluations. We're a family company, and for over 40 years, we've been doing business right.
The prescription is the pool doctor for award-winning pool service, repairs, and unheard of $39 diagnostic calls. That's mypooldoctor.com or 239-574-1133. State certified CPC 057088.
Now, this is a Wink News update.
I'm Lindsay Sablon with Wink News. District 19 congressional candidate Byron Donald says he's doing well after he tested positive for COVID-19. He received his positive test on Friday right before President Trump's visit. It's White House protocol for anyone who'll be close to the president to get tested, and that's when Donald says he learned he was positive. Sunday afternoon, Donald took to Facebook to say he's doing well and resting at home. We still don't know when he contracted the virus. More than 160 people now permanently laid off from a Southwest Florida International Airport vendor. As of Friday, HMS Host terminated 169 jobs already laid off because of the pandemic. In a letter to the employees, the vendor cited fewer travelers flying through the airport. Today, early voting gets underway. The Supervisor of Elections website in your county will list the early voting locations. Lee County polling locations are open from 10 to 6. Collier locations are open from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. And Charlotte County polls are open from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Early voting runs through Sunday, November 1st. The Lee Cares program has been extended, and Collier Cares is also reopening applications. Lee and Collier start accepting applications online this morning. In Lee, that money will cover your utility or childcare bills and gives local food banks more money to help you. Collier funds go towards basic living payments and small businesses. You can find how to apply on the Wink News app. I'm Lindsay Sablon with Wink News.
Wink News traffic.
Alligator Alley is shut down at mile marker 44 from a crash heading over towards the East Coast. So you don't get stuck in that this morning. I would go ahead and take 29 southbound to the East Trail and head over to Miami that way. That's going to be much quicker. Also, a little slowdown on Ben Hill heading southbound towards Corkscrew. Also, delays building on Three Oaks heading north to Aligo. That trip to the Minute Traffic, I'm Sabrina Katz. Wink News. Next.
Wink Weather Authority.
Another breezy day of weather as we could occasionally gust 20 to 30 with some passing rain at times. Temperatures for today in the mid to upper 80s. Mixture of clouds and sunshine as we do it all over again for your Tuesday and your Wednesday. Scattered showers are possible, more breezy weather. Temperatures topping out into the 80s before eventually the wind tries to lessen a bit for the weekend. Still a few showers are possible with a temperature in the upper 80s. With Wink News, I'm meteorologist Matt Devitt, the Weather Authority.
Wink News at the top and bottom of the hour. Plug into the power. 92.5 Fox News.
Right. All along.
It's Fred Kobe with your Kobe Cooling Tip of the Day. You hear AC technicians with all kinds of fancy titles in advertising like Comfort Specialist, Energy Maintenance Technician, Comfort Advisors, blah, blah, blah. So what's that all mean? It's simply a catchphrase for salesman who isn't an air conditioning mechanic. Real mechanics have real NATE certifications. And if your company doesn't employ NATE certified mechanics, you're getting a sales tech at your house for service. A NATE certified mechanic has been to real air conditioning school and is tested for competency. So you know that your mechanic actually knows how to fix your air conditioner and not just sell you stuff. It's easy to spot the difference. Just ask for their NATE ID. When you think of air conditioning companies, we hope you think of Kobe Cooling. No nonsense and no pressure. We're the company your neighbors use. License CACO 57313. Kobe, the most trusted name in the business since 1949.
Hi, my name is Jay, president of Big Island Builders. You know, I come from a long line of builders. In fact, I can still remember my first day on the job, working for my dad. I thought because I was the boss's son that I would start out in the construction trailer, looking over plans all day. Well, to my surprise, he handed me a shovel and he said, start digging. And that's exactly what I did. He made me learn every aspect of the building process by doing it. So if that's the kind of builder that you're looking for, look no further than Big Island Builders. BigIslandBuilders.com. Hi, my name is Jay, president of Big Island Builders. We live in a day and age where it seems like no one wants to take responsibility for their actions, especially in the construction industry. If an issue comes up in the building process, it always seems to be someone else's fault. Well, you won't hear that from us. We build a top-quality custom home, and we do it for a fair price. 239-262-6867.
I was in foot pain for 20 years, trying to give it relief, buying all these different insoles. Drugstore insoles, custom insoles. I spent thousands of dollars. I bought all these products, and not a single one worked. I really, truly needed to have relief in my feet. And the Good Feet arch supports were what gave me the relief I needed.
For over 20 years, we've been helping people like Teresa actually live the life they love without their feet getting in the way.
They wanted to make sure that I got something that my feet felt good in, not somebody else's feet. I love the fact that I can wear these arch supports in all my shoes. I have boots, I have cowboy boots, I have running shoes, I have walking shoes, I have flat shoes, I have heels. It makes me so happy. If you ask my husband, he will crack up because there is no store I would rather go in than a shoe store. I'm Teresa, and that's my Good Feet story.
See what we can do for you with a free personalized arch support fitting at the Good Feet store.
Call 552-FEET or visit us in Naples or our newest store in Fort Myers.
When everything around us has been interrupted, including playtime, work time, and downtime, friends and family are always there to help pick up the pieces. At Castilla Roofing, we are here for our community, our employees, and you. Keeping a roof over your head is our job, our headache, and our promise to you. Castilla Roofing, family owned and operated. Your satisfaction is our reputation.
Go to CastillaRoofing.us. That's CASTILLA. Or call 239-465-2646. License CCC 1328615.
I'm Harvey Massey. At Massey Services, we know every lawn is unique and requires customized care. That's why our environmental approach includes aeration, which allows water and nutrients to reach the roots of your lawn, as well as an irrigation program which ensures proper coverage and reduces water waste. With Massey's Green Up program, you'll enjoy a healthy and a beautiful lawn year-round. That's Massey Services. Expect more and get it.
Son, get in the car.
No, Dad, not your car. It smells horrid and it looks awful. I'm scared, Dad. I'm really scared.
Giuliani Kia in Fort Myers will get you out of your scary old car and into a 2020 Kia Forte LXS lease for just $49 per month. Yes, $49 a month for a new car. We've got to sell so many new Kias, it's scary. So we've slashed our prices to the bone. New 2020 Kia Rio LX, just $13,990. New Kia Sorento LX V6, $8,000 off. Select models with interest-free financing for 75 months. Is your credit dreadful? Giuliani Kia isn't afraid of your bad credit. 2020 Kia Rio, $13,990. New Kia Fortes, $49 per month.
You should be driving a Kia from Galliana. Galliana Kia.
Galliana Kia, 1/2 mile south of Daniels Parkway on US 41 in Fort Myers. Open every day, including Sunday. Call 239-481-2600. GallianaCars.com. 24 month lease, 12,000 miles per year, $39.99 due at Sunny plus tax, title, dealer, and acquisition fee, 0 security deposit with lender approval expires month 5.
This is 92.5 Fox News.
All right, it's Daybreak, 92.5 Fox News, 239-479-5592. There's the talk and text line. Streaming live on YouTube anytime you want to watch at Drew Steele Radio, Steele with 3 E's. We appreciate you subscribing to the channel. Also, do not forget, coming up in about 10 more minutes, Drew's College of Political Knowledge, 4 questions on politics. The more you get right, the higher the degree. We'll see if you earn a PhD and have a little bit of fun with that. And you know, I've been debating on whether or not to do this, and so many people have asked me to do it. So I thought, all right, listen, for a quick sheet, for something to have, if you care about my opinion, if you care about my thoughts, I made a Drew Steele Election Picks 2020 little sheet that if you want to see my thoughts on some of the more, I hate to say more important races, because every race is important, but I just jotted down some of my election picks, and if you would like my picks, look, it's gonna upset some people. It's gonna make some people happy. It's just my thoughts. That's all. Just text the word "vote" to 239-479-5592. If you text the word "vote" to 239-479-5592, you'll get a couple of my picks. You know, talking about obviously the president, some state senate races, the amendments, judges. The Cape Coral City Council race. So They're all there. So if you would like to have that, by all means, just text the word vote to 239-479-5592 because a lot of people have been asking. So there you go. All right. A couple of other things that are going on this morning. Don't forget, Rudy Giuliani joins us at 8 o'clock. Oh, boy, do we got some things to talk about, huh? And your calls as well. The president on Friday said he would blame Florida Governor Ron DeSantis if he lost the potentially pivotal battleground state in the presidential election and quipped about firing him. A statement that raised eyebrows due to Trump's history of accusing Democrat governors of working to tilt the election against him. Is that what he said? Because I'm looking at Forbes. This is one place where this article came across. And there were 500,000 views on the Forbes website. Andrew Solander is the Forbes staff member who's a news reporter for Forbes and said this. And what exactly did the president say? Now, I'm going to need your help with this, Jake, because Jake does not know that I'm going to play this audio. So it's important to get Jake as my ombudsman right now to get the perspective here on this. And so I need you to listen to this, and I need you to tell me what you think when you hear this. So are you ready, Jake? All right, here we go. This is the president on Friday, according to Forbes and many other people who decided to take this article and put it on their social media accounts to say how disgusting the president of the United States is to go after a sitting governor and make these accusations. Again, here's the top line story in Forbes. President Trump on Friday said he would blame Florida Governor Ron DeSantis if he lost the potentially pivotal battleground state in the presidential election and quipped about firing him. A statement that raised eyebrows due to Trump's history of accusing Democratic governors of working to tilt the election against him. All right? Got it, Jake? Here's the audio in question.
You did a great job. He's done a great job, and he's been my friend. Hey, Ron, are we going to win the state, please? Okay. You know, if we don't win it, I'm blaming the governor. I'll fire him somehow. I'm going to fire him. I will find a way. Anyway, thank you.
Jake, does that sound like somebody who is making an accusation against the sitting governor who's sitting right next to him and saying that he will figure out a way to fire him? Or does that sound like somebody who is joking around?
Yeah, it's definitely a joke. That's how we talk to the boys, you know?
Yeah, that's how you talk to the boys. It's a joke, everybody. The president clearly joking about the governor, who he mentioned as his friend, not only in Fort Myers, but here, who is sitting next to him. He's sitting in the audience. He's feet away from him at the time that do you honestly think that the president of the United States was saying, I'm going to go after the governor if I lose the state of Florida? Is that what you think? Yes, you do. Because you're crazy. Crazy. Because you're nuts. Because Forbes and other media outlets have gone crazy. That's nuts. That is absolutely nuts. To know for a fact that the president of the United States was goofing around, was joking, as Jake said, being one of the guys, just having a little bit of fun. And you put it out as if the president was threatening the Florida governor. That's not that's not my words. That's their words. Trump threatens to fire Florida governor if he loses the state. He would blame the governor if he lost a potentially pivotal battleground state. A statement that raised eyebrows due to Trump's history of accusing Democrat governors of working to tilt the election against him. Do you not see how crazy people have become? And again, I bring this up for a few reasons. And here's the important thing to remember, everybody. As you text the word vote right now to 239-479-5592, and many people have asked me just for my election picks and I made a list of some of the bigger races around Southwest Florida. If you would like to have them, you may agree, you may disagree, but you've asked for them, so I'm just giving them to you. That the same people who were nutty enough to put this out in a media article and have media outlets across the country run with it because they love the narrative of the president being this type of person, of actually saying that and meaning that literally as opposed to jokingly, are the same people who are going to ask for your vote, who, because they despise the president and by default despise the governor, no matter what's going on that's positive, that they will be more than willing to do things, whether it's state, whether it's local, your municipalities, your school boards, that they will be willing to do anything and everything and join with unions that hate the president, that hate the governor, that will join with groups and organizations that hate the governor, that are more than happy to take the money that he would give them, but are more than happy to turn around and use their influence against the same governor who would help them, to put policies in place that would not be beneficial to your community, to your kids, because they're that crazy. Crazy in the way that you've lost control of your senses, your common sense, because you just, well, I don't know. What is it about this TDS? What is it about your Trump derangement syndrome? It's sick. And I said this to somebody over the weekend. I'm sorry, I'm getting off on a tangent. There's so many things to talk about this morning, but I have to say this. How many of you, I would love to take a poll, unless you want to call, 239-479-5592. Maybe I'll just do an informal poll with Jake. Jake can be the ombudsman again today. Here you go, Jake. You ready? How many people do you know? And you're not old enough, maybe. You're too young. But you can probably do this in terms of the past 4 years or so. How many people do you know that you've been friends with for 10, 20, 30 years, 40 years? And not once did you sit and speak about politics. Never brought it up. They never cared to talk about it. You never cared to talk about it. And they've been some of your best friends and your closest allies, people that are the closest to you in your life. You never talked about it. You never brought it up. Now, all of a sudden, they are the know-alls, the be-alls, and they are willing to destroy a friendship with you because you support the president. How did that flip? And what changed? And who changed? You tell me. Do you know what I'm saying? I put it this way. I was talking to a relative yesterday, Jake, and this is what I was talking about. This is just me personally, and I hope this comes across the right way. I cannot tell you that, for those that know me, you know how long I've 30 some odd years in radio in this town. You know that I am an EMI published songwriter, and for the longest time I was writing songs, producing songs for some pretty A-list celebrities and groups. And yes, I had a top 20 song on Billboard. And yes, I wrote and produced songs for movie soundtracks that you can watch today. And I only bring this up not to pat myself on the back or anything, but I'm bringing this up because I want you to know my history. So when I say this, it'll make sense. I cannot tell you how many A-list celebrities that I used to be close with. I'm talking about as close as you could be with individuals. I cannot tell you how many people that I've written songs for and worked with. I cannot tell you how many people that I've known personally in Southwest Florida that I have been so close, this close, my fingers are crossed. Does that, okay, if you're watching on YouTube, who I never, ever talked about politics. Even though I loved to talk about politics, I've always wanted to talk about politics, but it was not part of the circle and the things that we were discussing. And if it ever came up, you'd hint a little bit here and there, but it was just, you put it aside. And how 4 years ago that all changed. And friendships changed and relationships changed. Just like that. That's crazy. To lose friendships and people that I cannot tell you how many people are just gone. I can't even talk to them anymore. And I think that that's really bizarre. Because these same people had not a care in the world about that. They never wanted to talk about it. All of a sudden now they're the experts. And they know the least.
They know what they've read on Facebook.
Exactly. They're all geniuses now. And yet, half the time, what they do is retweet or repost Forbes article, Trump threatens to fire Florida governor if he loses the state in November, and says, see what a horrible president this is. He's going to go after Ron DeSantis. They're both You're joking, right? He was kidding. If you took a second to take a breath and actually check it out, you might realize that. But yet, that's where you run. And it's a shame because friendships and relationships are lost. All right, let's do this. 239-479-5592 if you'd like to call right now. We'll play Drew's College of Political Knowledge. 4 questions on politics. The more you get right, the higher the degree. We'll see if you earn a PhD. Have a little bit of fun right now. Also, text the word VOTE to 239-479-5592. If you're getting ready to go out today, do some early voting, maybe here in Southwest Florida. And you would just like my picks. I made a little sheet, Drew Steele's election picks 2020, and just some of the bigger races here in Southwest Florida. If you're interested, just my thought on the races, just my picks. And, it's going to make some people upset. It's going to make some people happy. But it's just so many people have asked me for it that there you go. All right, let's find out what's happening with traffic right now. Up to the minute, here's Sabrina Katz.
Heading out of Lehigh, Lee Boulevard is packed, heading west of Leonard towards State Road 82. So heading out of Lehigh, honestly speaking, the best route is State Road 82, starting from Sunshine to Gunnery. It's fully up to speed. The Daniels extension, busy, heading westbound towards Gateway Boulevard. Also delays heading out of the Cape, of course, on the Midpoint Bridge. Now, it's not at a standstill yet, but traffic is getting very busy, very quiet, though, on the Cape Bridge heading into Fort Myers, as well as a slowdown in Cape Coral heading southbound on Country Club Boulevard, south of Veterans Parkway. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Sabrina Katz. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
For your Monday, as we start a brand new week, some occasional spotty showers are going to be passing by. Combination of clouds and sunshine, another breezy day with temperatures in the mid to upper 80s. With Wink News, I'm meteorologist Matt Devitt, the Weather Authority.
Wink News at the top and bottom of the hour.
Rush Limbaugh. At the end of the Senate Judiciary confirmation hearings for Amy Coney Barrett, Republican Chairman Lindsey Graham and the ranking member Dianne Feinstein shared a hallmark moment. Di-Fi praised Graham for conducting fair hearings with good back-and-forth exchanges. She said that it made her hopeful that they might be able to come up with good bipartisan legislation that would make our great nation even better. And then she gave Lindsey a quick hug. Well, that's all it took, folks. Liberals erupted in a 5-alarm hissy fit. A Democrat strategist said, "Excuse me while I go punch a hole in the wall." The leftist dark money group Demand Justice immediately called for Senator Feinstein to resign from the committee. They said if she won't go quietly, her fellow Democrats ought to stage an intervention and throw her out. Lawrence Tribe, leftist Harvard professor Norm Ornstein from The Atlantic magazine, joined Obama leftovers in calling for her resignation. They don't want her put out to pasture, folks. They want her sent to the glue factory now. Now, when Di-Fi helped orchestrate the smear campaign against Brett Kavanaugh, she was a hero. Now she's a zero with horns. All this over a short, gracious comment and a hug. Just imagine what these people would do if Di-Fi had actually given Lindsey a kiss. Ooh, yeah, that would be tough. More than 75% of identity theft victims who had accounts opened in their name did not find out that they had been victimized from their bank or credit card company. Don't be like them. Get LifeLock Identity Theft Protection. LifeLock sees certain threats that you could miss. if you're only monitoring your credit and bank statements. Plus, if you are a victim of identity theft, a U.S.-based LifeLock restoration specialist dedicated to your case will work to fix it. Now, no one can prevent all identity theft or monitor all transactions at all businesses, but LifeLock looks out for you. They constantly monitor transactions in the billions each week, looking for evidence your identity's been stolen and is being used without your permission. Join LifeLock now. Save 25% off your first year. Call 800-440-4833. Go to LifeLock.com. Use my name, Rush, as the promo code. That's LifeLock.com, promo code RUSH, for 25% off.
Serving up a tray load of truth today on 92.5 Fox News.
Donald Trump never speaks softly. He speaks boldly, as the voice for the voiceless, defending the unborn, the strongest pro-life president in history. He speaks forcefully, protecting the persecuted here and around the world, and for our right to freely practice our faith. He speaks unapologetically, nominating a historic number of judges who will defend our God-given constitutional rights. Joe Biden and the radical left want to continue the Obama-Biden policies that forced immoral values in our homes and schools and support abortion up until the moment of birth. They've attacked President Trump's Supreme Court nominee Amy Coney Barrett for her faith, and Biden wants to rig the Supreme Court, taking away our constitutional rights. Donald Trump speaks for us, boldly leading the way. He's never let us down and never will.
I'm Donald Trump, candidate for president, and I approve this message.
Paid for by Donald Trump for President, Inc.
This is a scam by the Democrats.
Let's try this again. It's Trump versus Biden.
You have a problem figuring out whether you're for me or Trump, and you ain't black.
Hey, it's Drew Steele. Follow this and all of the presidential debates brought to you by the Floormeisters in Naples, where smart shoppers cast their vote for quality flooring every day.
Make America great again.
Trump versus Biden. Face-to-face, yet socially distanced. Thursday, October 22nd. Only on 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
Hey, it's Jake DeMolino here from Daybreak to talk about AMCO of Bonita Springs. Everyone's been affected by the pandemic, and I was definitely no exception. But here's the thing. I had an issue, a well-known issue, a lot of you know about. Kevin and Todd came to the rescue, effectively giving me my life back. They put their expertise to work on my transmission. That was completely shot. His master mechanic told me that it was probably the worst transmission he's seen in his 30 years of working. And let me tell you, he knocked it out of the park. He helped me, and I'm sure he can help you as well. AMCO of Bonita Springs has been trusted in Southwest Florida since 2008. They've been through pandemics, recessions, you name it. They're located right off of Burnwood Drive in Bonita, an independent, conservative AMCO dealer whose award-winning customer service speaks for itself. They work on all makes and models, and they don't just do transmissions. They can do oil changes, normal maintenance, tires, you name it. For those of you out there with classic cars, there's no one I could trust more than Kevin and Todd with something I know you cherish and is so near and dear to you. So give Kevin and Todd a call at AMCO of Bonita Springs, 239-992-2626, 239-992-2626. A big thank you from Jake DeMolino for AMCO Bonita Springs.
The team at Best Home Services understands that this is a time of much uncertainty and much unknown. With this uncertainty comes feelings of fear and panic. Please know that we are here for you today, tomorrow, and into the future as we move forward together, safely and comfortably. We are all in this together, and as stewards of our community, we promise to continue to provide you the services needed to keep you and your family safe. You are not alone. Best Home Services, our family protecting your family.
For professional roofing, the name you need to know is D.R. Martineau.
Dan Martineau here, owner of D.R. Martineau Roofing of Southwest Florida. I've been repairing and replacing roofs for 27 years. We operate with integrity, knowledge, and service. Google DRM Roofing or call 239-332-1441.
License number CCC 1326954.
For professional roofing, the name you need to know is D.R. Martineau.
92.5 WFSX Estero. It's 7 o'clock on Southwest Florida's news and talk station, 92.5 Fox News.
This Wink News Update is presented by Lee Auto Group. Find your perfect vehicle at lee-cars.com.
Now, this is a Wink News Update.
I'm Lindsay Sablon with Wink News. District 19 congressional candidate Byron Donald says he's doing well after he tested positive for COVID-19. He received his positive test on Friday right before President Trump's visit. It's White House protocol for anyone who'll be close to the president to get tested, and that's when Donald says he learned he was positive. Sunday afternoon, Donald took to Facebook to say he's doing well and resting at home. We still don't know when he contracted the virus. More than 160 people now permanently laid off from a Southwest Florida International Airport vendor. As of Friday, HMS Host terminated 169 jobs already laid off because of the pandemic. In a letter to the employees, the vendor cited fewer travelers flying through the airport. Today, early voting gets underway. The Supervisor of Elections website in your county will list the early voting locations. Lee County polling locations are open from 10 to 6. Collier locations are open from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. And Charlotte County polls are open from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Early voting runs through Sunday, November 1st. The Lee Cares program has been extended, and Collier Cares is also reopening applications. Lee and Collier start accepting applications online this morning. In Lee, that money will cover your utility or childcare bills and gives local food banks more money to help you. Collier funds go towards basic living payments and small businesses. You can find how to apply on the Wink News app. I'm Lindsay Sablon with Wink News.
Wink News traffic.
Heading out of Lehigh, Lee Boulevard is packed, heading west of Leonard towards State Road 82. So heading out of Lehigh, honestly speaking, the best route is State Road 82, starting from Sunshine to Gunnery. It's fully up to speed. The Daniels extension, busy, heading westbound towards Gateway Boulevard. Also delays heading out of the Cape, of course, on the Midpoint Bridge. Now, it's not at a standstill yet, but traffic is getting very busy, very quiet, though, on the Cape Bridge heading into Fort Myers, as well as a slowdown in Cape Coral heading southbound on Country Club Boulevard, south of Veterans Parkway. That's your up to the minute traffic. I'm Sabrina Katz. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Another breezy day of weather as we could occasionally gust 20 to 30 with some passing rain at times. Temperatures for today in the mid to upper 80s. Mixture of clouds and sunshine as we do it all over again for your Tuesday and your Wednesday. Scattered showers are possible. More breezy weather. Temperatures topping out into the 80s before eventually the wind tries to lessen a bit for the weekend. Still a few showers are possible with a temperature in the upper 80s. With Wink News, I'm meteorologist Matt Devitt, the Weather Authority.
Wink News at the top and bottom of the hour. Drive the lefties at work crazy with the facts. Get up to speed mornings with Drew Steele.
92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
Hi, I'm Kyle Lee with Lee Auto Group. We sell more low-mileage cars and trucks than anyone in Southwest Florida because we have more. Over 300 vehicles in stock with locations in Fort Myers and Tampa. See for yourself at lee-cars.com. Hi, I'm Kyle Lee with Lee Auto Group. We sell more low-mileage cars and trucks than anyone in Southwest Florida because we have more. Over 300 vehicles in stock with locations in Fort Myers and Tampa. See for yourself at lee-cars.com.
Don't forget the dash. 1 hour air conditioning and heating. Always on time, or you don't pay a dime. Please visit us at www.onehourairnaples.com or call 844-1-HOUR.
With the Diamond District, you get the best of both worlds. Jason and Todd are wholesale diamond brokers selling to the public and jewelry stores across the country at wholesale prices. The Diamond District is also a retail store that you can visit every day and see the largest selection of GIA and Forevermark loose certified diamonds.
If you struggle using CPAP, it can leave you feeling tired. Forgetful.
Who put this banana in the toaster?
You did?
Cool, okay, just checking.
And even impact your health. Fortunately, now there's Inspire, a sleep apnea treatment that works inside your body with just the click of a remote. That's right, a button. No mask, no hose. Just sleep. Inspire, sleep apnea innovation. Inspire is not for everyone. Talk to your doctor to see if it's right for you and review important safety information at inspiresleep.com.
Jeep Adventure Days going on now at Galliana Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Lowest prices ever on over 1,500 new and certified pre-owned vehicles. All new Jeep Gladiator Overland lease, $399 per month. Grand Cherokee Limited or Ram Bighorn Crew Cab, lease for just $299 per month. That's right. Loaded luxurious Grand Cherokee Limited or award-winning Ram trucks. Your choice. Just $299 per month. Plus at Galliana Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, you can drive payment-free for 3 months, interest-free for 6 years, and worry-free up to 100,000 miles. and our parts service and body shop are open to serve you. Jeep Adventure Days, featuring Ram Bighorn Crew Cabs and Grand Cherokee Limited for $299 per month at Galliana Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. 1/2 mile south of Daniels Parkway on US 41 in Fort Myers. Open every day, including Sunday. Call 239-481-2600. GallianaCars.com.
42 monthly, 10,000 miles per year, $32.94 due at signing plus tax title, 0 security deposit, $13.88 per month per thousand borrowed for 72 months at 0% APR with 0 down with lender approval. Offers don't combine.
At Fisher Investments, we do things differently, and other money managers don't understand why.
Because our way works great for us.
But it may not work for your clients. That's why Fisher Investments is a fiduciary, obligated to put clients first. It's the highest standard for a financial advisor.
So, what do you provide? Cookie-cutter portfolios like the rest of us?
No cookie-cutter portfolios here. Fisher Investments tailors portfolios to meet each client's goals and needs.
But you do sell investments that earn you high commissions, right? And make commissions when you make trades for your clients?
No, Fisher Investments doesn't sell any commission investment products, and we never earn commissions on trades.
So what's in it for you?
Fisher Investments fees are structured so we do better when our clients do better. When it comes to helping clients achieve a comfortable retirement, we're clearly different. Visit FisherInvestments.com to find out why investors like you switch to us. Fisher Investments, clearly different money management.
Investments in securities involve the risk of loss.
From 92.5 Fox News.
It's the stuff Southwest Florida is talking about.
It's Daybreak. Now, here's the guy at the epicenter of what's important to those of us who live in Southwest Florida. Drew Steele.
Well, good morning, Southwest Florida. I am so glad you're here. 239-479-5592 is the talk and text line. We stream live every day on YouTube anytime you want to watch. At Drew Steele Radio, Steele with 3 E's. Please subscribe to the channel. It helps to keep us going. We do appreciate it. Boy, this camera just moved. Oh, well. I'll have to readjust. It's just got a little weird. That's okay. We'll get it right. It's not terrible. It's just crooked. So it makes me look like I'm, hold on a second. Here I go. If I lean like this, it looks like I'm surfing. It's in perfect alignment with the background. All right, and the only way you can see this is to go to YouTube. You can do that right now. By the way, it's early voting. It's starting today. Who's ready to go? People chomping at the bit. People are worried. I can tell you this across the state because the numbers, the early voting, the mail-in numbers have been crushing Republican numbers. The Democrat numbers are crushing Republican numbers. Across the board, there have been some very big numbers in the state as far as mail-in because that's what Democrats want to do because it's. I'm not going to suggest that it's the easiest way to commit fraud or anything like that because that's not nice. It doesn't matter if it's true or not. But the point is this: that now it's time for you to get out and get your booty over to a polling place and vote today and get going. And just in case you're wondering, a lot of people asked me to do it, and I said, all right, that's fine. If you would like a list of my picks, some of the bigger races around Southwest Florida for amendments and judges and state reps, then just text the word vote right now to 239-479-5592, and we'll send you my picks on some of the bigger races. And I know it's going to make some people upset. It's going to make some people happy. But the point is that people ask me. So I'm just putting it out there. And so just text the word vote to 239-479-5592. And there you go. You'll have a list that you can keep handy or just take a look at if you would like my thoughts on some of the bigger races here in Southwest Florida. Rudy Giuliani scheduled to appear with us here at 8 o'clock this morning. Boy, you think there might be a thing or two to talk about this morning? Yeah. Hunter Biden will be the topic? Yep. We'll get to all of that coming up. And how did you enjoy the president here in Southwest Florida on Friday? Wasn't that amazing to be downtown Fort Myers? It was great, the support. It was great to see all of you out supporting the president. It was quite the turnout, the excitement. Certainly, we know Southwest Florida supports the president of the United States, and the communication that you have with others is so incredibly important. That you talk about this Hunter Biden issue, that you talk about the issues at hand. Our good friend Dan Bongino and his website, Bongino.com, 5 big things Americans can no longer take for granted. if Joe Biden becomes president. Let's remind ourselves of that when we, in just a few more minutes, just wanted to play some more audio clips of what is happening. But we need to be reminded of this because there are things that you're going to need to communicate with people, especially when you're out today, that they don't realize. They just do not realize what's at stake. And they're more than happy to cover up for corruption. They're more than happy on the Democrat side to point at the president, but not look at the corruption with Joe Biden and Hunter Biden and some of what is going on. Criminal? Is it criminal? Well, we'll talk to Rudy Giuliani at 8 o'clock and find out. But if you are someone who was in downtown Fort Myers on Friday, if you're somebody who loves to go to Trump rallies, supports the president, you are making a very bad choice because historians are going to look at you at these rallies as if it was the Salem witch trials. No, I'm not kidding. That's Joe Scarborough this morning.
If you don't think people aren't going to look back at those rallies with the same horror that we now look back on the Salem witch trials, you don't think that's going to happen 50 years from now, 100 years from now? You're kidding yourself.
There's Joe Scarborough. Yep. People are going to look back at the Trump rallies as the Salem witch trials. Look at even Jake is like, what the?
We're talking about the time that the women were falsely accused of being witches and were burnt at stakes.
Yeah, remember that? Do you remember reading about that in history?
I do, actually, yeah.
So that's what they're going to look like. That's what you're going to be looked upon because you went downtown. All of us going downtown to greet the president and get excited.
Am I going to be burned at a stake now?
Yeah, well, I you may. I mean, it just depends. It really depends. Some of the vitriol is unbelievable. I was just looking on Twitter at Matt Schlapp's account. Flyers being left in Kansas City, Missouri neighborhoods. This on top of the former Kansas City National Committeeman getting run over on his yard due to his Trump sign. Pray that America will reject this violence and hate. What is he talking about? Well, if you are in the Kansas City, Missouri area, you're seeing flyers on your cars that are saying you've been identified by our group as being a Trump supporter. Your address has been added to our database as a target for when we attack. Should Trump not concede the election, we recommend that you check your home insurance policy and make sure that it's current and that it has adequate coverage for fire damage. You've been fairly warned. Always remember that it was you that started the Civil War. Be prepared to face the severe consequences of your preemptive action against democracy. Jake has a question.
How did I start the Civil War when it happened like 100 years ago?
Okay, well, we're not talking about that Civil War. We're talking about a different Civil War, the one that's taking place right now.
And also, how is that not terrorism?
Well, 239-479-5592. You may be asking yourself the same question, like, how does this happen? Like, how do we get to this place? Like, who are the individuals that are doing this? Like, what's going on here? That's what's at stake. That's how sick some individuals are, as we mentioned earlier. For those of you that missed this, I'll just play this quickly because then we have to move on because there's a lot of other things that are going on. There were some pretty TDS-infected individuals on my Facebook feed and also on some others that were brought to my attention here in Southwest Florida and clearly around the country who thought it was a really good idea to post an article that was in Forbes that was mimicked throughout mainstream media across the country on Friday. And I'll read you the top line from the Forbes article. It says President Trump on Friday said he would blame Florida Governor Ron DeSantis if he lost the potentially pivotal battleground state in the presidential election and quipped about firing him, a statement that raised eyebrows due to Trump's history of accusing Democrat governors of working to tilt the election against him until you actually listen to the audio and you realize...
You did a great job. He's done a great job, and he's been my friend. Hey, Ron, are we going to win the state, please? Okay. If we don't win it, I'm blaming the governor. I'll fire him somehow. I'm going to fire him. I will find a way. Anyway, thank you.
Yeah. his friend Ron DeSantis, who he is joking with, who's sitting a couple of feet in front of him in Ocala. And you morons in the media ran with the story that he was potentially going to fire him because, he's been accusing Democrat governors of working to tilt the election. Well, I just have to stop right there. How sick do you have to be to run with this? And then when you find out that it's a joke, your answer is, well, this is what Trump does, or he's just an evil guy, or it's a little twisted. All right. 239-479-5592. It's just weird. It's just really strange how people are acting right now. On the heels of what we will talk about even more coming up at 8 o'clock with Rudy Giuliani, who's scheduled to be on with us here on this program. Hunter Biden, Joe Biden, the hard drive of Hunter Biden, the questions about what is on those hard drives. It may get a lot worse for Hunter Biden and Joe Biden. We know about his addiction. We know about his alcohol abuse. We know about the emails that have been released that we are finding more about, and the bribes and the connections with Moscow and Kiev and Beijing and the money that was paid for access to the vice president and the vice president and the skimming off the top apparently of, hey, Pop gets part of the money and how it's like a crime family mob boss scheme type of thing. And that's not my words. That's a lot of other people saying that. Some of the references that we're starting to hear about, well, I hate to say it, but some of the things about pornography on Hunter's hard drive, and not of the adult kind, let's just put it that way, and that there are some that are making those accusations. And you have two choices. Either that is the bombshell, that is what is about to drop. And people like Chanel Rian of OAN, who put this out there last week, and Ron Johnson, who put it out there over the weekend. I mean, these are the kind of horrible things that we're talking about right now, everybody. And the choice and the decision as to whether or not this is true or not. And it's either libelous, and somebody's going to get sued, and it's going to get really ugly for certain individuals, or we have a real problem here, and this is true. Senator Ron Johnson over the weekend on Maria Bartiromo's incredible program was talking to Senator Ron Johnson about this very topic and was strongly implying that the subpoena from the FBI and the fact that the FBI has had this hard drive for over a year involved concerns about child pornography on the hard drive. Is that true or is that not? When he intimates, well, I think that when she was talking about that connection and he says, I think you've made the connection. What I think the FBI has come clean about, that it's not a standard investigation. And let me see if I can find that audio. And the reason why this is so important, this portion of the audio, is because, all right, let's see if I can find this. Here we go. All right, so this is Ron Johnson, Senator Ron Johnson on Maria Bartiromo's program, Sunday Morning Futures. And this is how the question was laid out.
Now, Senator, real quick, what is going to be coming out in the coming weeks? We understand here on Sunday Morning Futures there is more to come, and there is further analysis of the subpoena's handwriting, and it suggests that the subpoena was served by an FBI agent who his name is Joshua Wilson, and over the last 5 years, he has been working on child pornography issues. Connect the dots. If an FBI agent is working on child pornography issues for 5 years, why is he subpoenaing the laptop of Hunter Biden? Is there a connection here? Should this suggest that there's a child pornography issue here on that laptop?
Well, I think you just made the connection. Again, this is what the FBI, I think, has to come clean about it. This isn't a standard investigation where, if the FBI doesn't indict somebody, that everything remains confidential. This is something that, as we were talking about, relates to national security.
It relates to national security, everybody. This is something that he mentioned, Senator Ron Johnson. You make the connection right there. You heard it from Maria Bartiromo. And is that what we're about to find out, horrifically find out in the next coming days and weeks? Well, not even weeks, coming days. And there are questions that have to be answered. Number one, why can't the FBI just say, if they've had this hard drive in their possession, and I guess we'll ask Rudy Giuliani this next hour, if they've had the hard drive for a year, why can't they just say, even if there's pending investigations that are going on right now with this, they can say whether or not they feel the emails are real so that we can put that narrative to rest. But then the other side of this is that it starts to get incredibly ugly. One of two things is happening here. Either people like Senator Ron Johnson and people like Chanel Rion of OAN are about to be in some big trouble, some libelous claims there. And these statements, either that's the case, or they're quite the opposite. And that's where we are, and that's where this gets really ugly. 239-479-5592. All right, I see calls coming in, Ransom and Gary and David, and there's an open line right now. If you want to join the conversation, we'll get to your calls coming up in just a second. Also, a reminder that, yes, a lot of people have asked me about the amendments and asked me about judges and asked me about some of the state and local races and would I do some election picks, a sheet that they could see all the things that we discuss and talk about on this program, and I have done that. Text the word VOTE right now to 239-479-5592. If you text the word VOTE to 239-479-5592, we'll kick back to you my picks right there. So you may love them, you may hate them. I don't know what you're going to think about them, but I can tell you that they're right there on a sheet for you so you can have them handy and you can peruse and then see it for yourself. A lot of people asked, so there you go. Just text the word VOTE to 239-479-5592, and we'll get those picks over to you right now. Daybreak 92.5 Fox News, right all along with traffic. Here's Sabrina Katz.
A crash in Lehigh Acres at Sunshine and 18th is slowing traffic for 1 mile heading south on Sunshine to Lee Boulevard. So keep this in mind as you are heading towards Sunshine Elementary. Also, wet roadways this morning. Make sure you're watching that following distance. A crash at Alico and Green Meadow, slowing traffic westbound on Green Meadow heading towards Alico. Unfortunately, no relief on the Daniels extension as well. If you are heading towards I-75, go ahead and stick to Colonial Boulevard if you want the quickest option. That's your Up to the Minute Traffic. I'm Sabrina Katz. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
For your Monday, as we start a brand new week, some occasional spotty showers are going to be passing by. Combination of clouds and sunshine, another breezy day with temperatures in the mid to upper 80s. With Wink News, I'm meteorologist Matt Devitt, the Weather Authority.
Wink News at the top and bottom of the hour.
92.5 Fox News, making Southwest Florida great every day.
92.5 Fox News.
Today, people will wake up, and before the day is over, their life will be changed forever. Car crashes can't be predicted. I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. The law firm you choose to prepare you for life after today may well be the most important decision you ever make. All law firms are not the same. The insurance company knows who will take your case to trial and who won't. Visit forthepeople.com to learn more about us. There's only one Morgan & Morgan. Dial pound law on your cell. Offices, Fort Myers and Naples.
Heroes nowadays can be anyone. And no, they don't have to fly or have X-ray vision or superhuman strength. See, in Naples, our heroes wear masks. They practice physical distancing. They wash their hands regularly. NCH Healthcare System and the City of Naples are counting on you to be a hero and wear a mask. Because in Naples, all heroes wear masks.
I taught my children and grandchildren about stranger danger, trying to protect them from strangers who may wish them harm. But now I find myself thinking that is good advice for people my age, especially those in assisted living or nursing home facilities during this election season. We need to protect our rights and our votes and that means protecting our ballots from strangers. The best way to do that is to vote in person, but if we must use an absentee ballot, we need to be sure no one tampers with it or fills it out for us, and we should mail it in ourselves. If you suspect that someone is trying to stop you or a family member from voting or safely getting their ballot to election officials, you can call the American Constitutional Rights Union Vote Fraud Hotline for help. 877-730-ACRU. That's 877-730-2278. Protect your vote.
Hi, I'm Keith, the owner of Storm Shield Windows and Doors in North Fort Myers. And when it comes to hurricane windows and doors, you have two choices, Storm Shield and all the rest. Here's what our client Lauren had to say.
Our windows made a difference in terms of how our house looked. So it looked 30 years old with our old windows. And now that we have our new Storm Shield windows, they look totally different. Our coastal look is coming along. We definitely have other projects to do, but the look alone of these windows has definitely improved our house. We have more energy efficient windows than we had before. It's quiet, and we definitely know in the event of a storm that we're safe and secure.
Storm Shield's windows and doors reduce the exterior noise by up to 80%, and our clients typically see an average energy savings of 40%. Why choose Storm Shield? Because everyone deserves the best. Call us today at 239-491-7002 or visit stormshieldSWFL.com.
Dear Mr. President, we're proud of all you've done for our cherished country and for all Americans. United we'll prevail, we'll stand with you as one. Our 2020 victory, we love you, Donald Trump.
America great again, we'll make America great. Together we'll make America great again, we'll make it great. Together we'll make America great again, we'll make America great. Together we'll make America great again, we'll make it great. Make America great again, let's make America great.
Paid political advertisement paid for by Soundcheck Studio, 1635 Jackson Street, Fort Myers, Florida, 33901, independently of any candidate. This advertisement was not approved by any candidate.
This is 92.5 Fox News.
All right, it's Daybreak, 92.5 Fox News. Hey, a reminder, coming up at 8 o'clock, Rudy Giuliani is going to join us. We'll talk about, obviously, Hunter Biden, this whole issue, and even Twitter censorship, social media censorship. It's out of control. Hey, the latest Florida COVID numbers. You know, there are numbers that you're going to hear about that are going to be the sensational numbers, you know, because you're going to hear about cases. You're not going to realize in context whether they're going down or how we're doing with deaths. I'll give you some numbers in context because you need to know what they are. I'll tease it for just a second. The hospitalizations are the lowest since the data was released back on July 10th. We've been reopened for 3 weeks. And the numbers are going down, 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 everybody. All right, so we'll have more of that coming up as well.
This is Daybreak, 92.5 Fox News.
Hey, it's Drew Steele. And of course, this time of year, you know, we're looking out for hurricanes. And we said that this hurricane season was going to be busy. Well, now is the time to get with my friends at Generator Supercenter. They are the #1 Generac automatic standby generator dealer in the nation. Now, I've had my Generac generator for years, and one thing I can tell you, it is dependable. It's been fantastic. And maintaining power in tropical weather, you know it's priceless. You got to have it. So get a free estimate today on your Generac automatic standby generator. Expert installation is available. They've got 24-hour monitoring. I am telling you that Generator Supercenter will never leave you in the dark. So why not give them a call today? Find out more. Call them at 204-3469. That's 204-3469. We knew it was going to be a busy hurricane season, but now is the time to get with my friends at Generator Supercenter.
You may not know it, but male performance during intimate moments requires proper blood flow, which only gets worse with age. The result? All men experience some level of performance issues over time, from decreased firmness all the way to chronic ED. At Metro Men's Health, our goal is to provide you with the most effective treatment for performance issues. Years ago, we used to use the same technology as other clinics, but didn't settle for one-size-fits-all treatments or outdated wave technology. Should you? We've developed new patent-pending technology called Linear Piezo Energy Protocol, allowing us to create treatment plans specifically to you. We've helped thousands of men achieve consistent, longer-lasting results, and those results can be yours too. Your condition will only get worse with time. Don't wait. Call Metro Men's Health to schedule your evaluation at 239-599-9900, 239-599-9900, or visit us at metromenshealth.com.
You find yourself searching for a reputable air conditioning company?
Don't sweat. Call Brett.
I'm Crystal Casey with Brett Air Conditioning. For over 45 years, our motto has been, don't sweat, call Brett. We are a family-owned business with a great reputation. Whether your AC needs maintained, serviced, or replaced, we are here to serve you. So stop searching and join the Brett Air family today. You can find us online at brettairconditioning.com or call us at 239-566-3633. 239-566-3633.
If you don't love your AC company, call Brett Air right now. Find them online at brettairconditioning.com or like them on Facebook.
Don't sweat. Call Brett.
License number CAC 1819995.
Are you election ready for the November 3rd general election? Make sure your information is up to date before voting. Have you moved and need to update your address? Has your name or signature changed? Updating your signature is especially important when voting by mail. To find out how to update your voter information, visit the website lee.vote. That's lee.vote. Or call 239-533-8683.
This Wink News Break is sponsored by Cornerstone Builders. Give us the opportunity to wow you.
Now, this is a Wink News Update.
I'm Lindsay Sablon with Wink News. A Southwest Florida mother's grieving the murder of her son. 32-year-old Carl Branch was shot and killed in the parking lot of a Zephyr Hills park on Saturday. He was at a children's football tournament at the time. The Pasco County Sheriff's Department believes the shooting is targeted. Detectives believe at least one suspect got away in a white four-door Nissan sedan, and that person or persons may also be from the Fort Myers area. More than 160 people now permanently laid off from a Southwest Florida International Airport vendor. As of Friday, HMS Host terminated 169 jobs already laid off because of the pandemic. In a letter to the employees, the vendor cited fewer travelers flying through the airport. Today, early voting gets underway. The Supervisor of Elections website in your county will list the early voting locations. Lee County polling locations are open from 10 to 6. Collier locations are open from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. And Charlotte County polls are open from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Early voting runs through Sunday, November 1st. The Lee Cares program has been extended, and Collier Cares is also reopening applications. Lee and Collier start accepting applications online this morning. In Lee, that money will cover your utility or childcare bills and gives local food banks more money to help you. Collier funds go towards basic living payments and small businesses. You can find how to apply on the Wink News app. I'm Lindsay Sablon with Wink News.
Wink News Traffic.
A crash in Lehigh Acres at Sunshine and 18th is slowing traffic for 1 mile heading south on Sunshine to Lee Boulevard. So keep this in mind as you are heading towards Sunshine Elementary. Also, wet roadways this morning. Make sure you're watching that following distance. A crash at Alico and Green Meadow, slowing traffic westbound on Green Meadow, heading towards Alico. Unfortunately, no relief on the Daniels extension as well. If you are heading towards I-75, go ahead and stick to Colonial Boulevard if you want the quickest option. That's your up to the minute traffic. I'm Sabrina Katz. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Another breezy day of weather as we could occasionally gust 20 to 30 with some passing rain at times. Temperatures for today in the mid to upper 80s. Mixture of clouds and sunshine as we do it all over again for your Tuesday and your Wednesday. Scattered showers are possible, more breezy weather. Temperatures topping out into the 80s before eventually the wind tries to lessen a bit for the weekend. Still a few showers are possible with a temperature in the upper 80s. With Wink News, I'm meteorologist Matt Devitt, the Weather Authority.
Wink News at the top and bottom of the hour.
Get more than what the internet tells you. Get up to speed on The Drive with Trey Radel. Weekdays 5 to 7.
92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
You want a new look for your kitchen, but you really dread the thought of subjecting your home and family to the mess and fuss created by weeks of remodeling? Cornerstone Builders has the solution. They can give your kitchen an entirely new look in a matter of days, not weeks. Stand by for the phone number to schedule your free in-home consultation. Cornerstone will save you a lot of time and thousands of dollars with a custom kitchen reface. This 4-step process includes 15 cabinet doors, 5 drawer fronts, and includes relaminating your cabinet exteriors, plus new hinges and new knobs or handles. Best part? The price. Just $38.20 for a beautiful thermofoil reface or $78.20 for maple wood reface. Call today to schedule your free in-home consultation. 239-332-3020. That's 332-3020. 239-332-3020. Cornerstone Builders in Fort Myers, Cape Coral, Naples, and Marco Island. With 30 years and 22,000 satisfied customers. You know they're gonna wow you.
At 1 Hour Air Conditioning and Heating, our comfort specialists can handle any AC repair. Just call 855-1-HOUR or visit onehourair.com.
Always on time or you don't pay a dime.
Independently owned and operated, licensed in their respective state or county.
Is foot pain making your life miserable? The Good Feet store specializes in foot pain relief. Call 552-FEET or visit us at the Good Feet store in Naples or our newest location in Fort Myers. Or stop in for a free personalized arch support fitting at the Good Feet store.
This is a scam by the Democrats.
Let's try this again. It's Trump versus Biden.
You have a problem figuring out whether you're for me or Trump, and you ain't black.
Hey, it's Drew Steele. Follow this and all of the presidential debates brought to you by the Floormeisters in Naples, where smart shoppers cast their vote for quality flooring every day.
Make America great again.
Trump versus Biden. Face-to-face, yet socially distanced. Thursday, October 22nd. Only on 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
This is 92.5 Fox News.
Daybreak 92.5 Fox News 239-479-5592 is the talk and text line, streaming live on YouTube anytime you want to watch at Drew Steele Radio, Steele with 3 E's. Please subscribe to the channel. We do appreciate it. By the way, there have been many people, I'm not kidding, it's been many people who have been asking me picks for this election. Listen, it's early voting starts today. Want to get out there, want to vote. I've been chomping at the bit. I've been hungry to do this. Excited about doing it. And do you have any picks? So yes, I put together my election picks, just some of the bigger races here in the state, Southwest Florida locally. And so if you would like to see my picks, all you have to do is text the word vote to 239-479-5592. You can do that right now. Text the word vote and I will send you the my picks. And so you'll have them. If that is something you would like, the amendments are on there, the judges are on there, as well as some of the state and local races as well. So I appreciate all of you for texting the word vote to 239-479-5592. We'll keep that going right now. Certainly, we're going to get to your calls coming up. A couple of other things that I wanted to bring up. We have a couple of things with COVID here in the state, and then we'll move on because it's sometimes hard to. Sometimes it's hard to get all the truth, because you're trying to get what you're.
We choose truth over facts.
Yeah, I know. Okay. Once again, some of the numbers that have come out of the state of Florida, some of the things that you may not hear about. Unfortunately, you'll hear more and more about. The number of cases, not in context. We just talk about cases and you hear numbers that sound pretty big to you and you're just not really sure in context what that means. But just know this, that I'm looking at a chart right now of the Florida COVID-occupied hospital beds and hospitalizations at the lowest since data was released. Florida has been reopened for 3 weeks, much to the chagrin of the print media in Florida. Today's total, that was from yesterday, 1,996. And you don't get an informative number when it comes to cases. We're looking at deaths, and those numbers have been decreasing steadily. Part of what we've known and we've been trying to communicate and trying to let people know about, and unfortunately, the kind of thing that we don't hear enough with local, state, national media It just seems like it's all panic all day. And yet, we start to realize and hear some of the numbers that are happening. And then, I'm trying to think of where that one piece of audio was that I heard just a little earlier when I was, I can't find it. All right, that's okay. But no, I'm just amazed at how there are people, talking about the Salem witch hunts and that the rallies, 2020 Trump rallies will be remembered by historians as such, and the president and talking about COVID and some of the most ridiculous things that you could imagine are being said. And then when it comes to questioning people like Joe Biden, and we want to get more information on, I don't know, a little bit of his thoughts on Hunter Biden, and maybe get a little bit more information about these hard drives and some of the things, the salacious things that we're starting to hear about, some of the bombshells that could be popping any minute now. And there's Joe Biden in North Carolina, as the president is here in Southwest Florida, and he's in Ocala, and then he goes to Nevada, and he's traveling around these huge Trump rallies. There are people all over the place. I mean, thousands and thousands of people. There's Joe Biden in Durham, North Carolina, getting a milkshake with his granddaughter. And here is the pivotal question that the news media wants to ask at that moment in time.
We got everybody milkshakes, didn't we? Yes, sir.
All right, here we go.
Yes, they're in the car, sir. All right. We got it. See, look. Mr. Biden, what flavor did you get?
Mr. Biden, what flavor ice cream did you, what flavor milkshake did you get? That's really that's what we need to know. That is what is so pressing right now on people's minds is what flavor milkshake did Joe Biden get? That's what they're doing. By the way, it was Ed O'Keefe on CBS, Face the Nation. Joe Biden for the next few days until Thursday. How many times will we see Joe Biden? Maybe to discuss the authenticity of these emails, the bombshell that just keeps getting worse, and the extensive corruption of the Biden family. And CBS's Ed O'Keefe says
is mostly about debate prep. He will not be seen again after today until Thursday night in Nashville at that next debate.
He's not going to be seen after today. That was yesterday. So we're not going to see anything at all from Joe Biden until Thursday. Yeah, I'm just wondering if you're locally or wherever you are, we have listeners all across the country. If you know people that are supporting Joe Biden so far, what is it you're supporting? Do you even know what you're supporting? If you know somebody who is supporting Joe Biden, do you know what they've said they support? Because, again, on Bongino.com, 5 big things Americans can no longer take for granted if Joe Biden becomes president. Can we spell this out? 9 justices on the Supreme Court. We've had them since 1869. Democrats are so upset that the president would move forward with the Amy Coney Barrett pick that they are seriously talking about packing the Supreme Court, making it so that, understand what packing the court means, everybody. It means that there will be more Democrats that will be put on the, yes, and I said Democrats, because they look at it as another legislative arm. They don't look at it as a judicial branch. They look at it as another legislative branch that they can move forward agendas without Republicans, conservatives, Americans to have any say at all. And how do we know that this is going to move forward? And how do we know that they're seriously talking about it? Because they're telling us. Pete Buttigieg. Making Fox News Sunday.
Let's talk about the Supreme Court fight, because Joe Biden has refused to say whether or not, if he's elected president, he would actually pack the court, not rush through a vacancy which exists, which is purely constitutional, but pack the court by increasing the number of justices from 9. Here's what Joe Biden said this week.
Don't voters have a right to know where you stand?
They do have a right to know where they stand, and they'll have a right to know where I stand before they vote.
So you'll come out with a clear position before Election Day?
Yes, depending on how they handle this.
Here's what I don't understand about that answer, Mayor. As you pointed out, millions of Americans are already voting. I believe 22 million plus have already voted. So if Joe Biden wants them to know what he's going to do on the court, shouldn't he have told them weeks ago? And secondly, you, more than almost anyone else I can remember in the Democratic primaries, used to talk about increasing the size of the court. In fact, I remember us discussing 15 justices. Is that what you hope a President Biden would do?
My views haven't changed. I think bipartisan reform with the purpose of reducing the politicization of the court is a really promising idea.
All right, so there you go. It's a promising idea. Yeah, his thoughts haven't changed, so there you go. No change. They're in. They're in. More court packing. Senator Coons.
So you oppose.
And then if we happen to be in the fact pattern where we have a President Biden, we'll have to look at what the right steps are to rebalance our federal judiciary.
So your mind is open about adding justices to the Supreme Court? Yes or no? Just your mind is open?
Yes.
Yes. So there's going to be court packing. How about police? How about policing? Police going to be there when you call? Depends on where you live. Joe Biden might help Democrats in major metropolitan cities get their way when it comes to policing and, getting creative with the idea of policing. And you know what that means. He's already said there will be more lockdowns. More lockdowns. Can you even imagine more lockdowns in the state of Florida? Can you imagine having to go through that? And what kind of fight there would have to be against a president that would tell us that we have to lock down once? Can you imagine? You think things are going to be stable with Joe Biden in government? Green New Deal, banning guns, reparations, making Puerto Rico a state, you name it, as described in Bongino.com on this. And how about fair elections? Do you think that if Joe Biden were president of the United States, how do you think things are going to go when it comes to the Russia collusion hoax, when it comes to holding people accountable, when it comes to the fact that it was Democrats who impeached the president on a phone call to Ukraine when the real corruption was happening with Joe Biden and the quid pro Joe? And now we come to find out the emails showing exactly how that played out. I mean, it's all there, but Democrats somehow want to vote for this. They want to vote against this president because they want to vote against this president. They're up for anything, as long as you get rid of Donald Trump as president of the United States, which to me just sounds ridiculous. Especially when you know how much the president has been able to accomplish pre-pandemic. You know it and I know it. What else do we have? 239-479-5592. Okay, what else did I want to touch on here before we go to break? All right, well, there is this. Gosh, I wanted to play this later, but I guess we could wait because we've got Rudy Giuliani scheduled for 8:05. So we have a Biden campaign surrogate. Did you hear about this? Leland Vitter was talking to this, I don't even know her name, the Biden campaign surrogate about the Hunter Biden emails. This was ugly.
You stand by your statement that you did not discuss any of your son's overseas business dealings with him?
Yes, I stand by that statement.
Yeah, but that doesn't seem true anymore, does it?
Leland, thank you so much for bringing this up, and I really appreciate Jillian pressing Steve, the representative from the Trump campaign, on the fact that so much of this is unconfirmed.
Okay, so Jenna, it's real simple. You say it's unconfirmed. Tell us what parts are not true. I mean, Hunter Biden knows what emails he has and hasn't sent. Are you saying in the campaign saying that these emails aren't his?
It's unclear to me. I would say that what's so important right now from both the American citizen and the media, yourself included, Leland, is to continue to ask clarifying questions about this, why the FBI is investigating. But it's imperative to note that the NSA told Trump that Giuliani was being played by these emails.
But again, Jenna, the easiest thing in the world to do, stop with all the obfuscation. The easiest thing in the world to do would be to say these aren't Hunter Biden's emails. Nobody, including Hunter Biden and including the campaign, has said it. Listen to the one time Joe Biden was asked about this.
I know you'd ask it. I have no response. It's another smear campaign. It's right up your alley. They're the questions you always ask.
Noteworthy, that was a CBS reporter who was able to get that question in the one time that Joe Biden was available.
Leland,
hold on. Let me ask the question, Jenna. I'm going to ask the question, then you can respond. The question is this. I thought that demonizing the media was a threat to our democracy. Every time President Trump attacks the media, Democrats and yourself included can't wait to yell about that. Don't the American people deserve something better than the former vice president attacking the person who asks a legitimate question?
Well, I don't know if he attacked the person. I think he just said it was fake news.
I can't do it. All right, so obfuscation, if nobody is going to say anything specifically about Hunter Biden and the emails, they're going to make it all about the president. Listen, we're going to talk to Rudy Giuliani hopefully in a couple of more minutes because I want to get into more detail on this, and we'll do a 30,000-foot view and then kind of get into the weeds a little bit as well on all of it. But suffice to say that this isn't going to be the last we're going to hear about this leading up to Election Day, and it is a critical question that needs to be answered. And how ugly will it get? Well, it's been described over the weekend about how ugly it could very well be. And I'll have more details on that coming up. All right. Drew's College of Political Knowledge, 4 questions on politics. The more you get right, the higher the degree. We'll see if you earn a PhD. If you'd like to call right now, caller number 5 at 239-479-5592. Caller 5 right now. We'll play Drew's College coming up. Also, if you would like to text the word vote to 239-479-5592 right now, we will send you my picks for election 2020. That'll have amendments. It'll have judges. It'll have state and local races. Some of the bigger races, in my opinion, some of the ones that people have been asking me about via email. So I'm going to get to those to you, actually, just by texting the word vote to 239-479-5592. All right, let's find out what's happening with traffic up to the minute. Here's Sabrina Katz.
A crash in Lehigh Acres at Sunshine and 18th is slowing traffic for 1 mile heading south on Sunshine to Lee Boulevard. So keep this in mind as you are heading towards Sunshine Elementary. Also, wet roadways this morning. Make sure you're watching that following distance. A crash at Alico and Green Meadow, slowing traffic westbound on Green Meadow, heading towards Alico. Unfortunately, no relief on the Daniels extension as well. If you are heading towards I-75, go ahead and stick to Colonial Boulevard if you want the quickest option. That's your Up to the Minute traffic. I'm Sabrina Katz. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
For your Monday, as we start a brand new week, some occasional spotty showers are going to be passing by. Combination of clouds and sunshine, another breezy day with temperatures in the mid to upper 80s. With Wink News, I'm meteorologist Matt Devitt, the Weather Authority.
Wink News at the top and bottom of the hour.
There's the left way, and then there's the right way. 92.5 Fox News.
Hillary Clinton called hardworking Americans like you deplorable.
You could put half of Trump supporters into what I call the basket of deplorables.
Joe Biden called us bad people.
Not very good people.
Liberal Hollywood attacks our faith.
Amy Comey Barrett, Catholic, really Catholic.
And the liberal media attacks our values.
The credulous boomer Rube demo that backs Donald Trump.
They openly hope for the death of our president. Hillary Clinton's former spokesperson said, "I hope he dies." Barack Obama's former speechwriter said, "F these people." It's disgraceful. President Trump stands with us, the people who work for a living, get our hands dirty, care for our families, worship God, and stand for our flag. And we're proud to say Donald Trump is our president.
I'm Donald Trump, candidate for president, and I approve this message.
Paid for by Donald J. Trump for President, Inc.
Rockstar Harley will pay your sales tax promotion on any pre-owned Harley this week only.
All right, let's cut the crap. You know it and I know it. Rockstar Harley doesn't intend on paying or avoiding your sales tax.
Sales tax is the amount of your discount on any pre-owned Harley. Rockstar Harley is Florida's #1 volume Harley dealer with over 500 Harleys on site. You don't need perfect credit, don't need a cash down payment, and 100% of all credit applications considered. Every pre-owned Harley discounted by your sales tax at Rockstar Harley now through Sunday.
Indoor enthusiasts feel relaxed, comfortable, and happy in the great indoors. And you can be one too with the perfect air that comes from the reliable, groundbreaking Lennox products offered by AC Florida Comfort Systems. Right now, get up to $1,350 in rebates plus payments as low as $132 a month on a new Lennox home comfort system. Learn more. Call AC by Florida Comfort Systems at 239-774-5501 or visit online at acbyfcs.com. For great products, big savings, and perfect air, think AC by Florida Comfort Systems, your local Lennox dealer. Conditions apply. See dealer for details. License number CAC 057065.
Customers have said they thought our trade-in offer here at Naples Nissan was too good to be true. So, before they drove their new Nissan home, we asked a few of them to share their story.
Hi, I'm Jennifer from Fort Myers. My 2012 Honda CR-V had about 75,000 miles on it. I was finally ready to upgrade, so I went to some local dealers here in Fort Myers to see how much I can get for it. But no one can offer me the original MSRP like Naples Nissan. The 30-minute drive was so worth it. I got just over 17 grand and can't wait to drive home in my brand new Rogue. Finally, my car has Bluetooth.
If your trade-in is less than 8 years old with less than 80,000 miles on it, come get the full base MSRP for it and drive home in a brand new Nissan today. Only at Naples Nissan. Full details at naplesnissan.com. Offer on select models with approved credit and cannot be combined.
Drew's College of Political Knowledge is presented by France Eye Care. Better vision, better life.
Attention, class. It's time for Drew's College of Political Knowledge.
It's Drew's College.
All right. That's the music making me, letting you know that I'm stalling. All right, there you go. David in Naples. I'm an open book.
Oh, hey, Drew.
Hello. Hello, David. I didn't see you standing there. It's Drew's College of Political Knowledge. 4 questions on politics. The more you get right, the higher the degree. We'll see if you earn a PhD. Hey, David, your associate's degree question is right now. Hey, David, do you remember the year 2012?
Kinda, yeah.
Do you remember there was somebody running against Barack Obama for president of the United States?
Yeah, there was. That was 2012.
Yeah.
That was John McCain.
No, it was Mitt Romney. Mitt Romney was 2012. John McCain was 2008.
Oh, yeah, 2016.
That's all right.
I was going to say vanilla. That's the flavor of the milkshake.
Oh, boy.
So go ahead.
All right. Let's try an associates on this question. Let's see. This president was nicknamed Ike. He served from 1953 to 1961. Do you remember who Ike was? Who is nicknamed Ike?
Dwight David Eisenhower.
That is correct, sir. All right, you got an associate's. Let's see if you get a bachelor's degree on this question. Can you name 3 rights or freedoms from the First Amendment? 3.
Freedom of speech, freedom to assemble, and freedom of religion.
That is correct, sir. All right, you got a bachelor's. We'll see if you get a master's degree on this very question. What is the supreme law of the land?
The supreme law of the land. Chocolate? No.
No, that's the Constitution, sir. It's the Constitution. Although it would be a chocolate for everyone. That might be Joe Biden's new slogan. Everybody gets a bar of chocolate. Okay, good. All right.
Chocolate milkshake.
All right. Yeah, thank you, David, for making it current.
Thanks, Drew.
All right. Well, don't go anywhere. Hang on. You get to talk to Jake. You got a bachelor's degree, I think, and I'm not really sure what we got there. I do know that scheduled is Rudy Giuliani coming up next. Boy, you want to hear more about what's going on with Hunter Biden and these emails and what may or may not be on those hard drives? It's coming up next. Daybreak, 92.5 Fox News, right all along.
This is Daybreak, 92.5 Fox News.
Hey, it's Drew Steele talking to my good friend Dave Meister, owner of the Floor Meisters. And I love talking to Dave because when I talk to Dave, I know that means he has something special for you. In this case, like I have in my home, Core Tech is absolutely amazing, Dave. And I got to tell you, I love it. My wife loves it. And boy, you've got a lot of Core Tech right now in stock.
Yes, we do. And we've got about 6 or 7 truckloads coming to beat the tariff increase. And we're going to guarantee a freeze of the prices on all our in-stock Core Tech. We're not going to go up 50 cents a square foot, and we're going to save it for our customers.
And so when it comes to Core Tech, I mean, it is just amazing the selection that you have. And not only that, the installation is incredible. What you do there is fantastic.
Yes, and we stock 100 colors of Core Tech.
Floor Meisters, 6281 Naples Boulevard, right next to Costco. So give them a call today at 239-596-4964 or on the web at floormeisters.com.
I'm Harvey Massey. Think about this for a moment. Pest control involves applying pesticides inside your home, whether needed or not. At Massey Services, we just don't do that. We prevent pests from getting inside your home so we won't have to control them later. Why settle for pest control when you can trust Massey's pest prevention? It's guaranteed or your money back. Massey Services. Expect more and get it.
Pool need a checkup? Call the doctor, the Pool Doctor.
Hi, Dr. Mark here. Heat pumps take heat out of the air and put it in your pool. They cost less to run than gas heaters, and you won't have panels on your roof. Special pricing, rebates, and free on-site evaluations. We're a family company, and for over 40 years, we've been doing business right.
The prescription is the Pool Doctor for award-winning pool service, repairs, and unheard of $39 diagnostic calls. That's mypooldoctor.com or 239-574-1133. State certified CPC 057088.
92.5 WFSX Estero. It's 8 o'clock on Southwest Florida's news and talk station, 92.5 Fox News.
This Wink News update is presented by New South Window Solutions. Find them online at newsouthwindow.com.
Now, this is a Wink News update.
I'm Lindsay Sablon with Wink News. District 19 congressional candidate Byron Donald says he's doing well after he tested positive for COVID-19. He received his positive test on Friday right before President Trump's visit. It's White House protocol for anyone who'll be close to the president to get tested, and that's when Donald says he learned he was positive. Sunday afternoon, Donald took to Facebook to say he's doing well and resting at home. We still don't know when he contracted the virus. More than 160 people now permanently laid off from a Southwest Florida International Airport vendor. As of Friday, HMS Host terminated 169 jobs already laid off because of the pandemic. In a letter to the employees, the vendor cited fewer travelers flying through the airport. Today, early voting gets underway. The Supervisor of Elections website in your county will list the early voting locations. Lee County polling locations are open from 10 to 6. Collier locations are open from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. And Charlotte County polls are open from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Early voting runs through Sunday, November 1st. The Lee Cares program has been extended, and Collier Cares is also reopening applications. Lee and Collier start accepting applications online this morning. In Lee, that money will cover your utility or childcare bills and gives local food banks more money to help you. Collier funds go towards basic living payments and small businesses. You can find how to apply on the Wink News app. I'm Lindsay Sablon with Wink News.
Wink News traffic.
A crash in Lehigh Acres at Sunshine and 18th is slowing traffic for 1 mile heading south on Sunshine to Lee Boulevard. So keep this in mind as you are heading towards Sunshine Elementary. Also, wet roadways this morning. Make sure you're watching that following distance. A crash at Alico and Green Meadow, slowing traffic westbound on Green Meadow heading towards Alico. Unfortunately, no relief on the Daniels extension as well. If you are heading towards I-75, go ahead and stick to Colonial Boulevard if you want the quickest option. That's your Up to the Minute traffic. I'm Sabrina Katz. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Another breezy day of weather as we could occasionally gust 20 to 30 with some passing rain at times. Temperatures for today in the mid to upper 80s. Mixture of clouds and sunshine as we do it all over again for your Tuesday and your Wednesday. Scattered showers are possible. More breezy weather. Temperatures topping out into the 80s before eventually the wind tries to lessen a bit for the weekend. Still a few showers are possible with a temperature in the upper 80s. With Wink News, I'm meteorologist Matt Devitt, the Weather Authority.
Wink News at the top and bottom of the hour.
Drew Steele in the morning and Trey Radel in the afternoon. 2 doses of what cures liberalism. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
Hi, this is Earl Ron, president of New South Window. New South is the Florida window factory. Our windows are made in Florida, for Florida homes, by Florida workers, because we understand Florida weather. With New South Windows, you don't have to sacrifice energy efficiency or storm protection. Our Energy Star rated windows and doors are made with impact and non-impact options, giving you the best of both worlds. New South Window, home of your ultimate Florida window.
Going on now. For every 2 windows you buy, get the 3rd free. Visit newsouthwindow.com.
If you have sleep apnea and struggle using CPAP, it can leave you feeling tired, irritable.
That's the cutest puppy I've ever seen.
Fatigued.
Can someone please help me lift this tissue?
Forgetful.
Who put this banana in the toaster?
You did?
Oh, yeah.
And even impact your long-term health. Fortunately, now there's Inspire, a sleep apnea treatment that works inside your body with just the click of a remote. That's right, a button. Inspire is a small device placed during a same-day outpatient procedure. Simply click the button on the Inspire remote before you fall asleep. As you sleep, Inspire keeps you breathing normally and sleeping peacefully. No mask, no hose, just sleep. Inspire. Sleep apnea innovation. Inspire is not for everyone. Talk to your doctor to see if it's right for you and review important safety information at inspiresleep.com.
Slider man, slider man. We make your patio door slide like new, slide like new. Slider man. This is our mission to put your sliding glass door back in the top condition. Slider man. We make your patio door slide like new, slide like new. Slider man.
Call Slider Man toll free, 866-594-1969.
At Fisher Investments, we do things differently, and other money managers don't understand why.
Because our way works great for us.
But it may not work for your clients. That's why Fisher Investments is a fiduciary, obligated to put clients first. It's the highest standard for a financial advisor.
So, what do you provide? Cookie-cutter portfolios like the rest of us?
No cookie-cutter portfolios here. Fisher Investments tailors portfolios to meet each client's goals and needs.
But you do sell investments that earn you high commissions, right? And make commissions when you make trades for your clients?
No, Fisher Investments doesn't sell any commission investment products, and we never earn commissions on trades.
So what's in it for you?
Fisher Investments fees are structured so we do better when our clients do better. When it comes to helping clients achieve a comfortable retirement, we're clearly different. Visit FisherInvestments.com to find out why investors like you switch to us. Fisher Investments, clearly different money management.
Investments in securities involve the risk of loss.
From 92.5 Fox News.
It's the stuff Southwest Florida is talking about.
It's Daybreak. Now, here's the guy at the epicenter of what's important to those of us who live in Southwest Florida. Drew Steele.
Well, good morning, Southwest Florida. I am so glad you're here. 239-479-5592 is the talking text line. Streaming live on the YouTubes at Drew Steele Radio, Steele with 3 E's. Please subscribe to the channel. We do appreciate you doing just that. Rudy Giuliani scheduled to join us any minute now, so we're just waiting for that call to come in, and we'll be sure to get him on as soon as it does come in. Want to remind you that a lot of people have been asking me about the election, of course, as we get ready for early voting today, and a lot of people are excited about that, knowing full well that if you've been following some of the news that Democrats have been crushing it when it comes to mail-in ballots across the country. Even here in the state, there is an advantage. But that should change quickly as we all get out and vote. And many people have been asking me about the possibility of maybe having some picks, like Drew Steele's election picks. All right, so here you go. All you need to do is text the word vote right now to 239-479-5592. And we will send you my picks. So some of the bigger races that people have asked me about, the amendments and judges and the some state and local races. So go ahead and text the word vote to 239-479-5592. You will get that post haste or pre haste? No, post haste. Promptly now. You just have to do it. All right. A couple of other things we are following. It was exciting to see so many people that were downtown Fort Myers for the president's visit on Friday. It was great. I was talking to Jake off the air about it and how much fun we were having talking to you all and seeing so many people there and the support and even some of what people have said to us directly. And one of the things in particular that I wanted to play was this little piece of audio as we were talking to one individual who said,
my support for Trump. I know I couldn't get into the rally, or into the convention, but just wanted to let him know that he's got a lot of supporters. And like me, I don't talk about it too much. I came here by myself, but I just want to let him know that there's people out here for him.
Yeah, they don't talk about it a lot. He was probably around Jake's age and saying that they don't talk about it a lot, but he wanted the president to know that he was supporting him. Visiting Southwest Florida and Fort Myers specifically. And I think that is indicative, I think, of a lot of people who want to show the president support and will be able to show support for the president the minute they show up today and for the next 2 weeks for the election. And that's how we do it. As opposed to some of what others are doing around the country and even here in Southwest Florida, which is making the decision already on who should win and who shouldn't based on their social media accounts and how ridiculous that has been and how they seem to know everything that's going on just by some of the information that's being spread. And what do I mean by that? Well, I was really taken aback when I saw the story in Forbes about the president threatening to fire the governor if he loses the state. Like, he's really upset. And the statement raised a lot of eyebrows around the country and was due to the president's history of accusing Democrat governors of working to tilt the election against him. And I saw some people that were sharing that on social media. And that was in Ocala on Friday, right after the president left Southwest Florida. And I thought, well, is he really doing that? Until you come to realize exactly what was happening. And it was quite the opposite. It was the president joking around.
You did a great job. He's done a great job, and he's been my friend. Hey, Ron, are we going to win the state, please? Okay. You know, if we don't win it, I'm blaming the governor. I'll fire him somehow. I'm going to fire him. I will find a way. Anyway, thank you.
That's the president of the United States in Ocala joking about the governor, who's sitting feet from him, about the fact that he's going to blame Governor DeSantis if he loses. He's joking around with him, yet Forbes, an article in Forbes saying that the president said he would blame Florida, Governor Ron DeSantis, if he lost the potentially pivotal battleground state in the presidential election, and quipped about firing him, a statement that raised eyebrows due to Trump's history of accusing Democrat governors of working to tilt the election against him. Do you see what's happening? Do you see how the media acts? That is a flat-out blatant lie. They know the president was joking, and yet they put that out. Why? Because they know they'll get tons of retweets, they'll get tons of messaging on social media, but they'll never say anything about the fact that the president was joking, because that's the agenda. It's kind of like what happened with what's going on with Hunter Biden and the emails. And well, let's talk about that right now with the former mayor of the great city of New York, Rudy Giuliani, joining us right now on Daybreak 92.5 Fox News. By the way, he's got a fantastic podcast called Rudy Giuliani's Common Sense. And there is no one better that I would like to speak about that common sense than with Rudy Giuliani. It's Drew Steele. How are you, sir?
How are you, Drew? Nice to talk to you.
Great to talk to you as well. Boy, I'll tell you, we need some common sense, don't we, right now? I was just talking about the fact of how the media, Forbes, putting out this blatant, just a characterization of something that the president said.
Yeah, of course.
And something that many of us expect. But the fact is even the way Twitter and social media has treated the whole Hunter Biden email issue is the same thing about how information is not getting out and how censorship is on display and what the media is doing. It's outrageous.
Well, actually, what we need is honesty.
Yeah.
And integrity, and we don't have it. I mean, I understand what Twitter and Facebook are doing. They're sucking up to China. I mean, they make a lot of money in China. They sell us out to China all the time. And China wants Biden because China owns Biden.
Mm.
So if you look at the hard drive I have, and I'm putting it out piece by piece, and the two of the biggest ones are out, China has been in business with the Biden family since 2015. The Chinese government was partners with Hunter Biden in a $1.5 billion private equity fund all the time that Joe Biden was negotiating with China over tariffs, over the islands they were militarizing. And all the time Joe was losing for us, the Biden family was making millions. Millions, not just, not just a few bucks here and there.
Right. Yeah.
That went on while he was vice president. Complete bribery, total sellout. Now, while he's out of office, the Chinese government wants to jam him up. So he goes into business with a Chinese communist, basically spy, and two other Chinese communist operatives. The thing is all spelled out in a memorandum. The Biden family gets $10 million a year, and then they get 50% of the profits. The Chinese communists get the other 50%. They're all partners. Xi Jinping, Stanley Ho, and Guanwang Dun. Look it up. They're all Chinese communists.
Yeah.
They're in business with Jim Biden, Joe Biden, Jim Biden's wife, and they're in business with the big guy.
Yeah.
He's described in a memo as 10% for the big guy. So I guess the New York Times can't figure out who the big guy is.
Yeah.
Since I'm smarter than they are, I can figure out it's Joe Biden. I don't even have to look at the following.
Yeah.
If you look at the next email, Hunter Biden is ordering keys for the new office they're going to share with the Chinese communists. And the first two keys that he orders is for Joe Biden and Jill Biden.
Yeah.
So I think I figured out who the big guy is. And in case you're missing, there's also a whistleblower who's anonymous right now, but I think he'd come forward, who can personally identify Joe as being part of the partnership.
Yeah.
Now, what else do you need to put this guy in jail? I don't know. He shouldn't be president of the United States.
Certainly.
His son was a walking national security problem from the day he got tossed out of the military for being a crack addict.
Right.
And I mean, some people get very sensitive about the fact that he's an addict and whatever. I feel sorry for him because he's an addict, but I don't expect his father to make his addicted son a problem for me and my country.
Right, or somebody to help to profit off of. Yeah.
I think people should be really upset with his father.
Yeah.
When this guy got tossed out of the military, where Joe got him in illegally, he should have been kept on the side. They should have taken care of the kid. Instead, they put him in business with the most crooked guy in the Ukraine, Mykola Zlochevsky. The last guy he's in business with is a big gangster who's now sitting below the Yangtze River. He's been in business with Whitey Bulger's nephew. You take a crack addict and you put him in business with these people? What kind of father are you?
All right. Yeah.
That is such bullshit that he's a nice guy.
Yeah.
I mean, I know guys and I know people, and I've prosecuted more people than I like to think about.
Yeah.
This guy is a really bad guy. He's been a crook all his life. So there's one text message in which the son is complaining that he's been having to do this for 30 years. And that is exactly what I've been saying for 2 years. I've been telling you.
Right.
30 years the Biden family has been selling Biden's public office. It started with his creepy brother, who is a lobbyist, crooked as all get out, who was selling Joe back in the 1980s and 1990s.
Mm.
And then Joe would say, I don't know my family's business.
Right. How is that possible?
That's like Kate Corleone. I don't know my family's business.
Yeah,
I only got to say that once, though.
Yeah, I was going to say this too. As a Sicilian who grew up in New York, I know this story. I've heard this story. You've prosecuted people with this same story. I mean, when we talk about the Biden crime family and the president brings that up, I mean, this is not hyperbolic statements.
He's not exaggerating.
Yeah.
It's a RICO case. It's a racketeering case.
Yeah.
I mean, if their name was Italian, it'd be easy.
and
I'm sorry. I mean, I'm Italian all the way, 100%.
I know.
100% Italian. I'm very proud of my heritage.
Yep.
I hate the mafia. I'm sorry.
Right. Exactly.
And I hate crooks, and I hate crooked politicians more than anything else.
Yeah.
I hate phony ones. The big Catholic.
Yeah.
You know what?
No, I know.
He's a big Catholic.
I
Well,
know.
they better go to confession.
Yeah. Well,
He's a big Catholic.
that would be nice. Samara, let me ask you this question, because a lot of people have been asking me to ask you. And I guess one of the things that has come up is, it was late last year that the FBI took possession of the laptop, right? And
the FBI, jeez.
Well, that's the thing that's so frustrating, because two things come to mind. Number one, the FBI, I would assume, even if there's something going on right now with a case that's there, they certainly can confirm whether or not the emails are real or not. Just to put that to
damn thing true.
Right, I know,
They haven't done a damn thing.
but they can put that to rest.
Well, and let me be clear about this. I love the FBI. I work with them. I love the FBI and the NYPD. They made all my big cases, and they made my career. And they're the ones who put their lives at risk, not me.
Sure.
But the guy running it and the people running it at the top, there's something seriously wrong with them. It's not just wrong; it's seriously wrong.
Right.
And I'll get you to something else just to illustrate it.
Okay.
That Brennan handwritten note that came out last week. Why has that been hidden for 4 years? I defended President Trump. If I had that note that said that Hillary concocted the Russian collusion thing,
right,
we didn't have to have the $40 million investigation.
Right.
It was a total phony. It's in Brennan's handwriting. Hillary Clinton's staff is coming up with a plan to basically create the impression that Trump is colluding with the Russians. And then he says to take attention away from her misuse of her computer.
Right.
That's Brennan's handwriting.
Yeah.
As a defense lawyer, I could have taken that and shoved it down Schiff's throat and probably gotten prosecuted for making false statements when he said, I have evidence, direct evidence of President Trump colluding with the Russians.
Yeah, where was it?
Nobody goes back to him and sticks him in front of a grand jury and asks him, where's that direct evidence, you liar?
Right. Yeah.
And now he's saying that what I have is Russian disinformation. The head of national intelligence was just on Maria Bartiromo's show saying that is categorically untrue, that Schiff is once again lying. How many times does this guy have to lie before people realize that he's also a really bad guy and he's got problems in Ukraine, Adam? You have no idea how much I have, idiot.
Yeah. Well, do we find out?
Got big problems in Ukraine. So do several others of those big mouths.
Yeah.
Why do you think they're covering up for Biden?
Right. Right. Well, yeah, because they're all in it. Are we going to find it?
A lot of them, they're not all in it, but a lot more in it than you realize.
Well, how much more are we going to find out this week? How much more? How much more is there? I mean, how much worse can it get?
It gets worse.
Can you elaborate?
I'm just gonna warn you. Yeah. This is not a good man.
Yeah,
not a good man.
Yeah, I mean, there have been.
And he's responsible for it.
Well,
he's responsible for it.
Well, I mean,
because he's using these people. He's using these people as his bagmen. He's using his afflicted son to be a bagman. Now, what kind of father does that?
Yeah.
Even the Godfather wanted Michael out of the family. Remember?
Yes.
Even the Godfather was really upset that Michael. He said, "I didn't want this for you, Michael."
That's right. That's right.
What Joe wants for Hunter is to be a bagman, to do business with Chinese communists, to do business with crooked Ukrainians, to get $3.5 million from a totally crooked Russian who's close to Putin. They're going after my client for colluding with Russia, and that guy got $3.5 million from the mayor of Moscow's wife and hid it.
Yeah.
And the hypocritical press doesn't point that. I mean, this is about America, guys. It's not about Republican or Democrat. They got a guy heading for the White House who's an out-and-out major crook.
And what that does to our safety and security.
And everybody in the world knows it, by the way.
Yeah.
If you think I have this stuff, China's got 5 times more than I have.
Right. Right. Yeah, there's so many more questions that we could get into the weeds about. Certainly, the one thing that has frustrated so many people is it always seems to be every time there is an accusation against the president, whether it's impeachment over Ukraine or whether it's this Russia collusion hoax, it always seems as if the Democrats are accusing the president of the very things that they are doing, and more information coming out about that now. You have to believe that the American people, to Rudy Giuliani's Common Sense, your show, your podcast there, that the American people have enough common sense to realize and to see this now, and that maybe secretly there are people that. Yeah, go ahead.
I feel sorry for the American people because they're subjected to such propaganda. I don't know how they. I mean, so I get to talk to you and I get to talk to Maria. Even a lot of Fox won't let some of this story out.
Yeah.
And you got to have the right people at Fox who have the courage to. Everybody knows, by the way, that if you do this, you could ruin your career. I've had people working with me that lost their jobs or were threatened with losing their jobs because of this. I mean, this is. I don't know what it is completely, but it's very, very sick, and it's got to be cured if we're going to continue to be the vital democracy that we're supposed to be.
Right.
I mean, the media is. I think the media is more corrupt than the Democrat Party.
Yeah, well,
there are a lot of honest Democrats. When I was telling you before, there were more Democrats involved. Let me tell you the number. It's about 3 or 4. It's not like all the Democrats by any means.
Sure.
I feel sorry for the average Democrat. I wish they would vote these people out. They got to get rid of this. I think this all started with Bill Clinton, by the way, who charmed everybody. But I mean, Bill Clinton, I don't even know what to call him. He charmed everybody, and he corrupted Washington, completely corrupted it. Yeah. I worked for Ronald Reagan. It wasn't like this in the 1980s. It wasn't like this under Jimmy Carter.
No.
It wasn't like this under Harry Truman.
Right.
Bill Clinton is the one, and it's got to be excised. They got to cut those people off because they're in politics to make money like Bill and Hillary were.
Yeah.
And the Bidens, the same thing. They were small-time little drifters in Delaware, taking thousands here, thousands there. Then they made it to the Senate. They took more. When they became vice president, boy, and imagine what they'll do with the presidency.
I can't imagine it. I talk about it all the time, and I'm sure you probably feel the same way. You talk about collusion. The real collusion is the media colluding with Democrats and doing the things that they're doing, along now with Twitter and Facebook, social media, the big tech tyrants and what they are doing. There are great dangers.
Money in China too. A lot of this is their greed for the Chinese market, and therefore they're willing to sell out America. Which is, I mean, I don't know what happened to their sense of any kind of love for their country.
Yeah, it's sad. Well,
it's a beautiful country. We should keep it honest.
Absolutely. Well, we've got to run.
Well, thank you, Drew, and thank you for putting me on because, I mean, they're censoring this. I mean, I feel like I'm in the old Soviet Union or in China right now.
Yeah, no, I know. I when I talk about these issues, I talk about these things, and we go after those that we see what they're doing, the wrongdoing that is happening, calling it out, not being afraid to do that.
Yeah,
we have to.
I mean, some of these people, you really have to have like in a law firm. A law firm will get rid of you.
Yeah,
because they're doing business with China.
Right. Unreal. It's
because
absolutely unreal.
Their big tech client is doing business with China. It's different than Russia. Russia is the size of a state, and whatever threat Russia is, it is. But China is gigantic. They're also, by the way, in some ways a paper tiger. I can explain that to you sometime if you want. The Chinese economy is built on our dollar. It's the other way around.
Right. Yeah.
We don't depend on them; they depend on us.
Yeah.
If we were to play around with the dollar, we could crash China.
Right.
Crash.
Yeah. Well, listen,
I would don't realize it. They don't realize it. They think they're big financial geniuses.
Yeah.
They're very narrow-minded financial geniuses. They just figured out how they can make a lot of money off us. I mean, just think of all these high-tech products where they keep changing it every year.
Right.
You need 14 different adapters. Why do they do that?
Yeah. Just to imagine. Yeah, just think of the power that we have if we could all come together as a nation and just like that, at the snap of a finger, the things that we can do to change what is happening across the globe with countries that have no desire to do anything positive with us.
That's why they hate him.
Yeah.
He's willing to go right up against them and right in their face.
Yep.
And there's no way they can get to him.
Right.
He doesn't want their money. He doesn't want their power. He's got all the money he wants. He's got all the property he wants.
Yeah.
And he's a patriot.
Yeah. It's like he's messing up their good time. He's messing up their good thing. Yeah.
And he's watched them do this for a long time.
Yeah.
So they can't bull him.
Yeah. All right, Rudy Giuliani joining us on Daybreak 92.5 Fox News. I'd love to do this again. Yeah, let's do this again, please.
Yeah, well, you keep in touch.
I will.
Got a couple of weeks to go.
Yep.
And you're in an important place and an important state.
All right. Well, we'll call again.
And I spend the winter there, so
all right.
I'm a partial resident.
Well, good. Then you come by and you have to come in the studio and hang out with us.
Yeah, I have a place in Palm Beach.
Would love to do that. Love to see
condo.
You. All right. We'll see you soon. All right. All the best.
All right. Take care.
All right. There he goes. Rudy Giuliani joining us on Daybreak 92.5 Fox News right all along.
This is 92.5 Fox News. Tougher than plastic, harder than wood. Nothing beats the power of steel.
Drew Steele, weekday mornings at 6 on 92.5 Fox News.
Son, get in the car.
No, Dad, not your car. It smells horrid, and it looks awful. I'm scared, Dad. I'm really scared.
Giuliani Kia in Fort Myers will get you out of your scary old car and into a 2020 Kia Forte LXS lease for just $49 per month. Yes, $49 a month for a new car. We've got to sell so many new Kias, it's scary. So we've slashed our prices to the bone. New 2020 Kia Rio LX, just $13,990. New Kia Sorento LX V6, $8,000 off. Select models with interest-free financing for 75 months. Is your credit dreadful? Giuliani Kia isn't afraid of your bad credit. 2020 Kia Rio, $13,990. New Kia Fortes, $49 per month.
You should be driving a Kia from Galliana Kia.
Galliana Kia, 1/2 mile south of Daniels Parkway on US 40.
Yeah, I don't even.
Open every day, including Sunday. Call 239-481-2600. GallianaCars.com. 24 month lease, 12,000 miles per year, $39.99 due at 70 plus tax, title, dealer, and acquisition fee, 0 security deposit with lender approval, expires month 5th.
True relief for back and neck pain. Here at Johnston Spinal Care 596 Back, we focus on back and neck related conditions like stenosis, sciatica, neuropathy, and bulging discs that can cause weakness, numbness, or pain. Being an innovator in non-surgical techniques, I have developed unique and extremely effective spinal decompression protocols for overcoming these chronic and debilitating conditions that don't involve any medications or surgery. This 3-step VAX-D spinal decompression approach uses a patented computerized table that decompresses the spine to gently remove pressure off pinched nerves and increase blood circulation to the area. For young or old, and so comfortable that most patients almost fall asleep while on the table. No hanging upside down. With this award-winning technology, back and neck pain can be a thing of the past. We always offer a no-obligation consultation and free x-rays to see if you're a candidate. Johnston Spinal Care. We're here for you. Call 596-BACK. 596-BACK. That's 596-2225.
Indoor enthusiasts feel relaxed, comfortable, and happy in the great indoors. And you can be one too with the perfect air that comes from the reliable, groundbreaking Lennox products offered by AC Florida Comfort Systems. Right now, get up to $13.50 in rebates plus payments as low as $132 a month on a new Lennox home comfort system. Learn more. Call AC by Florida Comfort Systems at 239-774-5501 or visit online at acbyfcs.com. For great products, big savings, and perfect air, think AC by Florida Comfort Systems, your local Lennox dealer. Conditions apply. See dealer for details. License number CAC 057065.
Dear Mr. President, we're proud of all you've done for our cherished country and for all Americans. United we'll prevail, we'll stand with you as one. Our 2020 victory, we love you, Donald Trump.
America great again. We'll make America great. Together we'll make America great again. We'll make it great. Together we'll make America great again. We'll make America great. Together we'll make America great again. We'll make it great. Make America great again. Let's make America great.
Paid political advertisement paid for by Soundcheck Studio, 1635 Jackson Street, Fort Myers, Florida, 33901, independently of any candidate. This advertisement was not approved by any candidate.
Lowe's has a brand new flooring showroom filled with all types of floors. Scratch-resistant floors for toddlers and their toys. Easy-to-clean carpets for canines. Stain-resistant floors for scrumptious suppers. Even floors for yogis finding out how flexible they are. There's floors for all. And they're all at Lowe's. Book now and have yours installed by the holidays. Install available, in-store only. Holiday install applies to basic install and subject to date restrictions, installer, and product availability. See Lowe's.com for details and licensing. Contiguous U.S. only.
At 1 Hour Air Conditioning and Heating, our comfort specialists can handle any AC repair. Just call 855-1-HOUR or visit onehourair.com.
Always on time or you don't pay time.
Independently owned and operated, licensed in their respective state or county.
The Diamond District has the largest selection of GIA certified diamonds at the most competitive prices in the world. Jason and Todd have partnered with De Beers in Canada and Africa, and they've traveled to Israel, Antwerp, and India to select the most beautiful diamonds. Visit the Diamond District today for your best diamond buying experience.
Hey, I love it here in
This Wink
Southwest
News
Florida.
Update is presented by Stevie Tomato's Sports Page in Fort Myers, Cape Coral, and Naples.
Now, this is a Wink News Update.
I'm Lindsay Sablon with Wink News. District 19 congressional candidate Byron Donald says he's doing well after he tested positive for COVID-19. He received his positive test on Friday right before President Trump's visit. It's White House protocol for anyone who'll be close to the president to get tested, and that's when Donald says he learned he was positive. Sunday afternoon, Donald took to Facebook to say he's doing well and resting at home. We still don't know when he contracted the virus. More than 160 people now permanently laid off from a Southwest Florida International Airport vendor. As of Friday, HMS Host terminated 169 jobs already laid off because of the pandemic. In a letter to the employees, the vendor cited fewer travelers flying through the airport. Today, early voting gets underway. The Supervisor of Elections website in your county will list the early voting locations. Lee County polling locations are open from 10 to 6. Collier locations are open from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. And Charlotte County polls are open from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Early voting runs through Sunday, November 1st. The Lee Cares program has been extended, and Collier Cares is also reopening applications. Lee and Collier start accepting applications online this morning. In Lee, that money will cover your utility or childcare bills and gives local food banks more money to help you. Collier funds go towards basic living payments and small businesses. You can find how to apply on the Wink News app. I'm Lindsay Sablon with Wink News.
Wink News Traffic.
A crash at 82 and Owen Avenue is slowing traffic coming out of Gateway, heading west, heading from Griffin towards Gateway Boulevard. Also, lots of wet roadways around Southwest Florida. As you're commuting, really make sure to watch that following distance. Still seeing a crash in Lehigh as well at Sunshine and 18th, slowing traffic north as well as south on Sunshine. Keep this in mind heading out towards Sunshine Elementary as well as Harns Marsh. That's your up to the minute traffic. I'm Sabrina Katz. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Another breezy day of weather as we could occasionally gust 20 to 30 with some passing rain at times. Temperatures for today in the mid to upper 80s. Mixture of clouds and sunshine as we do it all over again for your Tuesday and your Wednesday. Scattered showers are possible, more breezy weather. Temperatures topping out into the 80s before eventually the wind tries to lessen a bit for the weekend. Still a few showers are possible with a temperature in the upper 80s. With Wink News, I'm meteorologist Matt Devitt, the Weather Authority.
Wink News at the top and bottom of the hour.
92.5 Fox News.
We are going to make America great again.
Right. All along.
Steven Tomatoes Sports Page. Come for the food, stay for the sports.
Hi, it's Big Al from Stevie Tomatoes. They say love and passion makes the world go round. Love for home, family, your country, partner, a friend, and love for food. Stevie wants to be part of your love with our food, drink, sports, and fun. Our passion for your satisfaction brings our love to all of our great customers. Whether it's our brisket short rib burgers, Chicago pizza, fajitas, wings, fish fry, or ribs, it's delivered to your table with love. So at Stevie's, we invite you to share our love of great food, drinks, sports, and fun. You'll never get bored or broke. We feel loved by the sound of our great customers. We promise to treat you like family at your home away from home. I guarantee it. For daily specials, go to StevieTomato.com. Stevie Tomatoes Sports Page, Cape Coral, Fort Myers, and Naples. Come, come, come.
Steven Tomatoes Sports
When I see something beautiful, I want to capture that moment. A photo really is worth more than 1,000 words. That photo isn't very good if it's not in focus.
Mrs. Buck loves photography, but glasses were getting in her way.
Even though photography is just a hobby, it's something I really care about, and it's good to know that Dr. List cared about me just as much.
We really don't want bad vision to keep people from doing the things they love.
Community Eye Center really does have the most caring doctors in sight.
Hi, this is Dr. Scheibel from Community Eye Center. My partner, Dr. Spatafor, and I want to remind everybody, don't be a spreader. The coronavirus is so tiny, 100 million particles fit on the head of a pin. As we run around in our trucks and cars and play golf and go fishing and go to work and do the things we like to do, we are spreading the virus. The virus can only move with us. Over 65, diabetes, COPD, all these folks will be hurt severely by this virus. Wash your hands, be careful, don't be a spreader.
Hiring can be challenging, but ZipRecruiter makes it fast and easy. We talked to Monica Starks, who needed to hire for a pivotal role at her company, GS Group.
As the owner of a construction company, finding the right people is a very difficult task. So I use ZipRecruiter.
ZipRecruiter's powerful matching technology identifies the right people for your job and actively invites them to apply, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/trial. Monica did, and that's how she found Lamont, her new project superintendent.
The job is so perfect for me. I had a career breakthrough. I would have never found this job if it wasn't for ZipRecruiter.
With ZipRecruiter, we've hired everyone from accountants to project managers to field scientists. With ZipRecruiter, we get hiring results.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And now you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/trial. That's ZipRecruiter.com/trial. ZipRecruiter.com/trial.
Trust. It's the rock-solid foundation of Moran Wealth Management. Over 40 years ago, they began advising clients on ways to help meet their financial goals. 4 decades later, we've helped many reach their goals of providing for themselves, their families, and future generations. CEO Tom Moran has assembled an impressive team of professionals, each committed to the same core concept. Tom is recognized by Barron's as a Hall of Fame advisor. To be named a Hall of Fame advisor, the advisor has to have been ranked by Barron's consecutively for the last 10 years in any of their rankings. Let us earn your trust. Call 239-920-4440 or visit moranwm.com. Barron's rankings are based on data provided by thousands of advisors. Factors included in the rankings were assets under management, revenue produced for the firm, regulatory record, length of service, quality of practice, and client retention. Investment products and services are offered through Wells Fargo Advisors Financial Network, LLC, WFAFN, member SIPC. Moran Wealth Management is a separate entity from WFAFN.
This is 92.5 Fox News.
All right, it's Daybreak 92.5 Fox News. 239-479-5592 is the talk and text line. We stream live each and every day on YouTube. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe while you're there at Drew Steele Radio. Steele has 3 E's, and we always appreciate it. We appreciate having Rudy Giuliani on with us just a few minutes ago. In case you missed it, you can go revisit that on YouTube and check that out. And listen, there's a lot to take away in all of this. There are some certainties that are happening right now, just about 2 weeks before the election. Number one, you want to talk about collusion. Collusion is what big tech and the media are doing along with Democrats to circumvent your choice, your vote, your support for the president of the United States, the concern about people being doxxed because of your support, the the tweet that I read out just a little while ago from Matt Schlapp, who was concerned about things that were being witnessed on vehicles and around Kansas City neighborhoods, talking about how they now know where the Trump supporters live, and that you better be careful because if the president doesn't concede the election, there could be severe consequences and things that are going to happen, and your insurance needs to be in shape. And disgusting, vile things that are being suggested. That there are individuals that have that kind of hatred for the president that would put out ridiculous articles like Trump threatens to fire Florida governor if he loses the state in November, knowing full well that when the president of the United States was in Ocala, he was joking about winning the state with Ron DeSantis just a couple of feet from him saying, well, what did he say? How did it go exactly?
You did a great job. He's done a great job, and he's been my friend. Hey, Ron, are we going to win the state, please? Okay. You know, if we don't win it, I'm blaming the governor. I'll fire him somehow. I'm going to fire him. I will find a way. Anyway, thank you.
Now, you know and I know, and Forbes and other media outlets that carry this know full well that he was joking. But there are enough people in the population that get their news from people who will take those headlines and run with them on places like Twitter and Facebook. And that's what you will see. The other part of it is what Twitter and Facebook and other social media outlets are doing to not allow you to tweet out the New York Post story about Hunter Biden, to not be able to communicate with people about the things that you are finding out about. The truth that is out there. So that's one aspect of it. The other aspect of it is, well, let me put it this way. I said earlier that I was concerned about how, follow me, this is important, because you know this is true. Just follow where I'm going here. By the way, if you text the word vote to 239-479-5592 right now, you will get my picks, because a lot of people ask, would you please give me your picks for state and local races, the amendments here in the state of Florida, the judges. And if you text the word vote, you will get that right now. But remember something. There is a deep-seated hatred for the president, so much so that there are people that you will elect. Hopefully not. But there are people that want your vote who desperately, who vehemently, who hate the president of the United States so much. Sorry, I was never good at math. They hate the president so much that they will do anything they can to make sure that the governor or the president do not get a victory to the detriment of you and your family. Now, that's hyperbolic. How dare you say that? Can you give me an example? Well, this might be kind of an example. This is the governor, Andrew Cuomo, talking to Good Morning America just a little while ago about a vaccine, a COVID vaccine.
How confident are you in the approval process of the FDA right now?
Well, first, how confident am I? I'm not that confident, but my opinion doesn't matter. I don't believe the American people are that confident. You're going to say to the American people now, here's a vaccine. It was new. It was done quickly, but trust this federal administration and their health administration that it's safe. And we're not 100% sure of the consequences. I think it's going to be a very skeptical American public about taking the vaccine, and they should be.
So what's it going to take?
Stop. Okay. Do you see what I'm saying? There's your example. Now, you may be someone who has an opinion on a vaccine one way or the other. But the opinion of the governor of the state of New York is you have to be skeptical of a vaccine because Donald Trump's the one that's presenting it to you. Does that not seem, what's the word I'm looking for, sick? Is it possible that the governor, in doing this, could cost lives because of his deep-seated hatred for the president? Do you see where I'm going here? Look, and that's at a micro level and that's at a macro level. Governors will do this, and I'm telling you, municipalities, school boards, they'll do the same thing. It may not be life or death. It may not be vaccines, but it could be decisions about your child's education and things that they will and will not put forward. Because they don't want to give this president a victory, because they don't want to give the governor a victory. That's sick. Something wrong with that. And there's a lot of that going on. And it's sad to see. the fact is that, I forgot about this. I totally forgot about this. Twitter finished its week of apparently politically motivated censorship on its platform by banning tweets regarding the efficacy of masks from Scott Atlas, a member of the White House scientific team battling the coronavirus. Senior fellow at Stanford's Hoover Institute. Not only had his tweets removed, he was banned from tweeting until he deleted the tweets that Twitter said he needed to delete for unclear reasons. And he said masks work? No. LA, Miami, Hawaii, Alabama, France, Philippines, UK, Spain, Israel, WHO even said widespread use is not supported and there are many harms by using masks. That means the right policy is the president's guideline. Use masks for their intended purpose when close to others, especially high risk. Otherwise, social distance. No widespread mandates. Let's have some common sense. Can't say that. Can't say it. Not allowed to ask about the science behind it. Not allowed to, although he lays it out in the tweet, you could look it up. But again, there's something really wrong with a society that has decided to censor things like this that they don't like, that there are governors that will decide to not allow access to a vaccine, although it may save lives in the state of New York because they don't want to give the president a victory. Kind of crazy. All right, let's get to some calls here as we finish up the program today. Dan's in Fort Myers. Hey, Dan.
Hello. I want to comment on Rudy Giuliani's take on the Hunter email scenario.
Yes, sir.
Okay, there's one email that said he has to share half of what he makes with Pop. Then there's another email that gives a breakdown on who gets what money. Mm-hmm. And at the bottom of that, it says, I get 20%, and there's another 10% for the big guy. Well, if he refers to Joe as Pop, and then he refers to someone as a big guy, and Joe is already getting half of Hunter's 20%, the other 10% going to the big guy, I think, is someone other than Joe.
So if it's not quid pro Joe, then wait a second. Don't say anything. Don't say anything, Dan. Hold on a second, Dan. Can I take a guess?
Yeah, you can go one above Joe and see who you find there.
Thanks, Dan. I think that's Dan's suggestion. I didn't say anything. I'm not saying anything. I don't know. Look at Jake. Jake's like, I don't know.
Biden ads I've seen have had Barack Obama's face on them, so.
I don't know. I'll wrap it up with this, everybody. Is it safe to say that there is a really good reason why Barack Obama did not decide to endorse Joe Biden this year? He wasn't really too excited about it. Is it possible that the reason why Barack Obama decided not to get 100% behind Joe Biden was because, I don't know, maybe he was worried some things would come out, would show up, might be discovered, it would be a real uncomfortable situation for everyone involved? I don't know. I'm just saying. It's all there in the ether. It's just floating around. It's like it's like air. I don't really know what I meant with that. All right. Text the word vote to 239-479-5592 if you would like my picks. So listen, they are what they are. Some people are going to love them. Some people are going to hate them. But you asked. So my picks. Just text the word vote. You can have them now. All right, it's Daybreak 92.5 Fox News. Right? All along. Forecast? Matt Devitt, do your thing.
For your Monday, as we start a brand new week, some occasional spotty showers are going to be passing by. Combination of clouds and sunshine, another breezy day.